I should learn to play the banjo. That way, if anyone comes on my swamp, I can play the dueling banjos at them and scare them. Anyone that said that this is country music is wrong and gay and retarded. I've grown an appreciation for bluegrass because I've discovered in listening to it that it's very similar to Irish folk music, which I already liked. Um, the banjo is the main divergence there, but it has all the other things. It has the accordion and the fiddle, the violins, all the same shit. It's very similar, which I think if I wagered on this, by the way, I had an interesting discussion with an anti-racist who pisses me off, but yet I still talk to him about white people, and he pointed to the mountains, and he said, "Josh, lo and behold, the mountains of the Eastern Americas are full of rednecks, white trash, and yet they are white. How do you explain this?" And I actually, for whatever reason, happen to know an answer off the top of my head. If you look at a map of European ancestry in the United States, the mountains of Eastern America have ethnic origins rooted in Ireland. So why were the bog people of Ireland always treated poorly by the English? Well, they might be their own type of white person. Then they came to the United States. They found comfort and refuge in the rural mountains, and lo, the white trash culture sprang forth. But it also kept the music, which is bluegrass, which I consider to be the most American form of music. When I arrived in Odessa, Ukraine, in 2018, I remember very distinctly. I don't remember what song it was. I just remember this bizarre experience. I remember sitting in the airport terminal when I was leaving Atlanta and flying to Ukraine. I remember listening to a song, and then when I stepped off the airplane at the terminal in Odessa, the same fucking song was playing in the terminal. It was the exact same top 10, top 50 hits for July 2018, and it was the same fucking song, and I hadn't left. There's actually a song by Rammstein about this called "We All Live in America," and it's bitter resentment towards the United States for exporting its shit music everywhere. Bluegrass, you can't export. You can't play fiddling songs in Odessa. It would piss people off, which is why I like it. I endeavor to piss as many people off as humanly possible, chat. That's my life. So thank you for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed the New Year's stream. This is the first normal stream, so I have quite a lot of ground to recap, as I have not streamed for 3 weeks now. I gave up. My birthday falls in the middle of December, and I always stop streaming right before it, so I ended up not streaming since the 13th or some such. Okay, so let's start about my most recent endeavor to piss off everybody. As you all know, because I have seethed endlessly about this on my podcast for weeks and months at this point, I despise Vivek Ramaswamy. I despise Vivek Ramaswamy at a core integral part of my identity at this point. I despise every fiber of him to my very, very fucking bone marrow. And so I have put together, with the limited amount of time that I have slopped together a new website. And it's literally just new.gop, easiest URL in the entire fucking world to remember. And I am working to try and contest every single uh, state central committee seat in Ohio. Allow me to explain just a little bit. Now, if you just go to new.gop, you'll see this page. And I made a blog post explaining how much I hate fucking Vivek Ramaswamy. And I also hate Alex. I should probably learn how to say this guy's name because I'm going to be talking about how much I hate him too coming up. It's actually on his Twitter bio if I read it. Then I can accurately pronounce his name when I hate him. See this fat fuck? This fat retard? His name is Alex Triantafilu. And he's a fat piece of shit. And he hates Americans. And he just so happens to be the Ohio GOP chairman, who is responsible for pushing the Ohio GOP to endorse Vivek Ramaswamy for governor of Ohio, despite being perhaps the least likable person who has ever been ran on a GOP ticket, including George W. Bush. If we go to the campaign page, sorry, it's much easier to go through from this. Right? There's like several links. I have written a full biography on Vivek Ramaswamy and why I despise him and everything that he's ever done in his entire life. And I have included 50 different links to every reason why I hate him so that you can prove that I'm not just making shit up. I actually really do hate him. And I have a good reason for hating him. You can read through this. It's new.gop/bio/Vivek-Ramaswamy, or you can just go to the campaign page and click this link. I'll try to figure out some way to make it more accessible. Okay, so very, very shortly. So let me explain the ambition of the campaign, then I'll explain why I hate Vivek Ramaswamy to my very fucking soul. Vivek, or in the this guy, Alex Triantafilu. I shouldn't have closed that tab. I need to reference it somewhere. He is a partner of... Fuck. Hold up. It's like Dinsmay or something. It's the name of his firm. And his... Sorry, let me just pull this up. I need to figure out this guy. Sorry, I went off on a fucking tangent about this guy. And I should have studied him more. Should have studied the blade more. Triantafilu. Okay. And he is a member of this guy, Dinsmore. Dinsmore is a huge law firm in Ohio. And coincidentally, they do immigration law. So here's the thing. There is currently a bunch of businesses moving into Ohio. And I'm working with somebody in Ohio to get pictures to prove that this is happening. Dinsmore is representing these corporate... This guy's a corporate litigator, but he works with them. Dinsmore, in general, is responsible for helping get H-1B visas and other work immigration visas into the United States, which is why if you're in the middle of nowhere in Ohio, you'll see hijabi Muslims and Indians walking around at Amazon warehouses. Dinsmore is currently working to redistrict huge parts of Ohio in residential areas to accommodate these Somalis and Indians moving into the state. And Dinsmore is profiting tens of millions of dollars off of it, which Triantafilu happens to be the chairman of the GOP, pushing Vivek Ramaswamy, who will not condemn H-1B visas or work visas in general, because he intends to import tens of thousands of more of these people into the middle of Ohio, so this fat fuck can make thousands and thousands of dollars. That is the core of the corruption behind this. It also happens that Alex happens to be a friend of Vivek and happens to have known him since he was 17. So he's basically pushing a family friend. And Alex broke protocol. It's not just that Vivek is the worst candidate ever. And it's not even just that Alex is friends with him and happens to benefit off of mass immigration to Ohio. It is that they have broken protocol. The central premise of the GOP is that there is a primary. And this is actually one of the only things that the GOP does right, is that they usually have generally fair and open primaries. Whereas the Democratic Party has all sorts of sleight of hands to make their primaries very undemocratic. Alex decided to push the Ohio GOP to endorse Vivek a full year before their primary. The primary hasn't even happened yet. They're still taking candidates. And they will be taking candidates until February 4th. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. And if you're in Ohio, you can get into contact with me, or you can get into contact with Casey Push's team, who are doing their own thing. But I want to try and find somebody to run against every state central committee position in Ohio. There are 33 Senate districts, and the SEC runs one man and one woman from every district. So that means that there are 66 in total, and you need 34 of them to get rid of the chairman, and the chairman is this guy right here in District 8, Alex. So Alex's seat, District 8, is northern Cincinnati. You can kind of see this weird shaped district that covers only the northern part of Cincinnati. That's his. So main objective, destroy Vivek Ramaswamy. Secondary objective, remove Alex Triantafilou. Now, they can still elect him as the chairman, even if he doesn't hold a seat, but kicking him out of that seat would be really, really funny. So I'm pushing towards that. And then tertiary objective, completely control the Ohio State Senate or the Ohio GOP by electing one man and one woman that opposes Alex in every single one of these districts and opposes Vivek in every single one of these districts. Will we accomplish that? Will I accomplish that? Probably not. So then you might think, ha, Josh, your ego. You think that you can simply dominate the GOP where you have billionaire level 2 super geniuses like Vivek Ramaswamy opposing you? No, but it's still worth doing. Why? Right now, Alex is running unopposed in District 8. And that means that him keeping his seat costs $0.00. Here are the requirements to run for the SCC. You must be living in the district. So you have to live where you want to run. You have to file a form before February 4th at 4 p.m. And you must file with the Board of Elections at the most. This is really complicated. These Senate districts don't neatly fit counties. So you have to figure out what counties are in your district. And then you have to figure out what the most populous county is in that district. And then you have to file with the Board of Elections in that district in order to run. That's the hardest part. Then the second easy part is you have to find 5 signatures of other GOP voters living in your district in order to qualify. That's it. $0, 5 signatures. You got to live there. And you have to have the brains to figure out what Board of Elections to file with. That's all you take. And then what happens? Then you get a ballot, right? And instead of just having Alex be on the ballot, who is running unopposed, you have 2 people on the ballot, which means automatically the people going down the ballot and just ticking a box are going to split evenly as opposed to just selecting the guy that's running unopposed, as opposed to the write-in area. And that means that they have to campaign. Alex went from spending $0.00 to campaign to spending thousands of dollars to campaign so that there's enough voter recognition that when they go to the ballot box and they see 2 people, then they have to vote for him. Now, you take a $5,000 campaign by Alex and you multiply that by 66. And you have cost the GOP $330,000, and that's a pretty conservative estimate for what kind of damage you're inflicting just by being there. And just by being there costs you literally nothing. Now, if you do campaign, you fuck them up even more, and they have to drive up their own costs. And these people aren't rich, by the way. If I click like this district, I get Bill Heck and Zoe Romanchuk. I can't even find fucking Facebook pages for some of these people. They have no Twitter presence. They have no Facebook presence. They have literally no presence whatsoever on the internet. And they're just like, they know people. They know like the Chamber of Commerce. So they don't have the money to kick around to spend $5,000 to defend their bullshit GOP seat in the Ohio election. They don't have it. So that means this is the main thing that Alex can do as chairman. He has to spend GOP coffers to assist the incumbents that are going to keep voting for him, which is something that he can do. So he would have to spend money from the GOP to defend the GOP from the GOP so that he can continue to justify being the chairman so that he can push Vivek Ramaswamy, who's a fucking scam artist. That is the gist of this. So the more, and it takes hours, by the way. If I were to go through and spend 2 hours talking to every person running from this district, that is 66 times 2, so that's 132 hours. That is 3 full work weeks to 3.5 full work weeks of talking to people. One person can't do that. So then you need to hire staffers to coordinate your response to the weirdos that are filing to run against you in the election. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of money. And that's the main cost here, is to, if not completely and totally shut them out and win for daring to run this fucking loser who I despise, it is to actually bleed the machine dry and punish them. Punish every person. I've emailed them, by the way. I spent hours doxing every single member of the SCC so that I can email them personally and say, we are going to fuck your shit up and it's Alex's fault for running this fucking loser named Vivek Ramaswamy. I contacted them all already, and they've already responded. There's one person that responds like, can we talk about this? And then there's another guy that says like, he's a retired sergeant first class, U.S. Army, and he's not running this year because the GOP is so corrupt. So I'm going to talk to that guy. I'm going to get all his anecdotes, all his in-fighting experience with Alex, and we might actually have somebody who's already an incumbent that's going to vote against Alex. And that would save us a lot of effort if we already have a guy that's on our team. So that's the idea. So I'm just doing this by myself right now. I'm trying to figure out how to divvy up responsibility and coordinate this because there's a lot of effort. But I really despise Vivek. Let me show you why I despise Vivek. I wrote this bio, so I'm going to talk about it. So Vivek's main thing in that everybody knows about is the scam. His company is called Roivant. Vant is a suffix in Hindi that means to possess. It effectively is a holding company title for his companies. Roivant, if you break it down, is literally ROI Vant, to possess return on investment. That is the name of the company that he runs if it was translated into English. So Roivant is this big bullshit profit creating company. And his business model is kind of genius, but once you break down what it is, you don't have any respect for it. He starts off his career by making Axivant. And Axivant buys the rights to a drug that has failed clinical trials for curing Alzheimer's or treating Alzheimer's 3 or 4 times. His mother is a doctor. His brother is a businessman. And he forms Axivant, puts his mother as vice president of research and his brother as vice president of finance, pays them out each $444,000. I think his brother gets $447,000, and then gives them $375,000 of stock options at 40 cents. Then they launch their IPO. It is the most successful pharmaceutical IPO in the stock market history. It sets a record, and it goes up to $30 per share, and then it crashes. When it's at its peak, Roivant is sold to Viking Investment, which nets Vivek Ramaswamy something like $37 million. And the stock completely crashes, as predicted by everybody in the pharmaceutical industry. The drug had no purpose and failed its 4th clinical trial that his mother conducted, despite her trying to do some bullshit to say that it could possibly work, and then the company collapses. However, it collapses so much or so slowly that by the time his parents or his mother and his brother are out of the company, the stock is still worth $5 a share. So if they sold, they still made many millions of dollars each, because they were able to buy. They had stock options in the company so early before the launch. So they still made millions of dollars of each. Vivek made $40 million. And the issue that when you bring this up with dumb boomers is they say, but now Roivant is worth much more. So therefore, the $40 million that he had back then is worth $2 billion now. The issue with this is that the $40 million he got is the seed capital he needed to do this again. So it's high stakes gambling with other people's money. The next time he did this, he made another Vant company. He bought another drug from Pfizer or Moderna who had already researched it, and then he put his money into it that he had stolen from people from the Axivant scam, along with investment capital from people he had met from Harvard and I think Yale. Let me check. I don't think I wrote the schools. I think what he did is he got a biology associates in Harvard, and then got a Juris Doctorate in Yale. So while he was at the 2 different Ivy League schools, he networked with a bunch of people who became wealthy and used those contacts to get the money required to do a $100 million drug study on this other drug. And this one worked. And then he sold the company, made billions of dollars, and did the exact same thing again by 2023. So at its essence, he's the guy from The Gambler. He goes up to people and says, I can 20x your investment if you invest in me. And then he gambles with other people's money. If he loses, he doesn't lose shit. He actually makes money. If he wins, he gets several $billion. And it doesn't require actually making anything. Moderna and Pfizer are the companies developing the drug. All he's doing is taking other people's money and other people's research and finalizing it to get it through the FDA. And if it pays off so big that it excuses any losses. And if it doesn't pay off, it doesn't matter because they're in holding companies. They're in the bonds that he can just dispose of, and he doesn't care. So he is through and through a fucking piece of shit. You then include the fact that he just hates Americans. I don't know if you've never seen this tweet that Amy Acton is pushing out, where he shits on. He basically says this. He says that his family came over from India and then he made a fuck ton of money by being a piece of shit. And he says that that is merit. Therefore, he deserves to buy the American dream out from your kids and from you because he has merit and you don't, which defeats the entire purpose of a country. You don't need to earn your right to live in the US and not be killed or swindled or enslaved or raped or murdered by Somalis and Indians. Like that's not the point. That's not the point of a country. That might be how businesses work, but that's not how countries work. And the other thing is that while he's boasting about his merit, his appointment is completely nepotistic. He made a bunch of money. He went into the GOP and he tried to buy friends. He tried to buy Elon as a friend. Elon has money, so when he saw that he was a complete retard, he kicked him out of Doge. He tried to buy Trump as a friend. And when it came time to figure out what to do with Vivek, like, well, let's just try and run him for governor in Ohio. It's plus 16 for Trump there, so surely he'll win. It won't do too much damage. But he's a fucking retard, so he is doing damage. And then his appointment is secured through his friend Alex, who has known him since he was 17. So in no way, shape, or form did he earn. He hasn't won the primary. He hasn't been nominated through some complex process. He didn't accomplish anything with Doge. He failed his presidential campaign against Trump in 2020. He actually came out and denounced Trump after January 6th. He has made bizarre statements about climate change, where how he believes climate change is real and is man-made, but also it's a good thing because if you heat the planet up, fewer people are going to die from cold. He's a fucking retard who has gambled his way. He's like a reverse boss man Jack who has gambled his way to billions of dollars and now is trying to buy friends. Because I think it satisfies him, okay? When he was in high school, he went to a Catholic private school because his father says, my son, you will go to the best school and you would get the best education because I am buying it for you. So he pushes him into a Catholic school, and he is not Catholic, he's Hindu. So he remained Hindu throughout his entire high school tenure. And I'm sure during those 4 years where he was in a Catholic private school, getting the best education that money can afford despite not being Catholic, he had run-ins with all sorts of people from Ohio, and he has developed this like hatred for them because he was not a part of their culture or their society. So he hates them. He hates their culture. He hates their society. And now that he's a millionaire, billionaire, he thinks he can buy friends and own them as property. I made a joke in this wonderful write-up that I did that you can find on new.gop where I said that this naming convention in regards to the Vant suffixes, this naming convention is common in Indian Hindu royalty, who chose names like Balvant, possessor of strength. Perhaps Vivek intends to change his name to Ohiovant, possessor of Ohio. He thinks he can just straight up fucking buy the state and enslave all the people who bullied him at his Catholic private school he didn't fit in at. Like, I am guarantee you, this guy's a man-child retard, and that's his entire purpose. So, I hate him. And if you are in Ohio and you if you think you can run, if you're in Ohio and you think you can run, just email me. My email's at the bottom of this. I'm putting together a list. If you are active in politics and you know your SCC guy or gal, there's a man and a woman, get into touch with them and tell them to reply to me because I'm putting together a list. I'm getting a team together. We're going to crush it. Okay, we're going to crush it because it's despicable. And just so you know, ambivalence towards the party at the low, boring, like, oh my God, the state central, the ambivalence towards that is why we have shitty candidates everywhere. Well, in Virginia, Harding gave me a great example. In Virginia, the GOP there was so shitty and so weak, and people stopped giving a fuck so hard that eventually Democrats just started running in the party and took it over from the inside out. So you complain, why do we have that really shitty black woman as a candidate in Virginia? Because Virginia's GOP is ran by Democrats because the GOP in Virginia just gave the fuck up and doesn't care anymore. So if you don't pay attention and you don't enforce, you don't crack the whip in the party, you get literal espionage, like party level espionage coming in and deliberately running candidates that can't win so that their guys actually do win. That's the punishment for being complacent. So, and if you're one of those people who are like, well, I'm waiting for the Civil War anyways, do you think that you're going to be able to win a civil war when we import 50 million more Indian Sikh veterans of the Jammu Kashmir border conflict with Pakistan and 25 million more Somalis who've been living in a warlord era state for the last 50 years? All these people have killed people. They hate you. They want to enslave you and rape your daughters, rape your wife, rape your grandma, and they want to kill you and they want to take over your country. And they've been doing it in their own country for the last several decades. So it is absolutely imperative, unless you want to live and be murdered, that you kick them out now and you kick them out as quickly as possible. Because the thing, it's like in Hearts of Iron 4. You're trying to start some kind of civil war. Okay, well, while you're waiting and sitting around, they're building up an army. They're building up their own army of people with experience, fighting age men. And if you're popping off that civil war after you gave them 10 years to get ready, you're going to lose. And it's going to be terrible for you. So there you go. I don't know what I'm doing. It's probably going to be a disaster. But I realize that my true talent in life is being despised by absolutely everybody and pissing people off and causing people completely unnecessary stress and anxiety in their every waking moment. So that's what I'm going to continue to do, and hopefully to achieve things that benefit me in some way. That's it for my politisburging, I think. Oh yeah, watch this, by the way.
In the next
Okay, children, when I am on the stage next to the cardboard cutout of J.D. Vance and Donald Trump, make sure you hold hands and spin around in circles in the merry way that the children do, so that it looks like my children are very happy and I am a very great father indeed. This will give me much dessert with the old white idiots in the audience. And then all his children are like, yeah, sir, we will spin around in circles, sir. Wonderful. Look at fucking fake. The fucking fake. It's so fake. It's so fake, and it's like maybe instead of being a biotech engineer, this guy should have been in India doing Bollywood. Like, okay, this is what this after the children are running around doing Ring Around the Rosie, there will be a big helicopter with many missiles, and it will be shooting the bombs, and the towers will explode. But then the main character will jump up 11 feet and then grab onto the helicopter and pull him out mid-air, and the helicopter will crash. That's what he was designed for. He's got that mind of over-the-top bullshit theatrics. Okay. The other blog that I wrote for the benefit of all mankind, if you were one of those people I managed to convince to write your representatives, you should write about their proposed Section 230 annulments. They have already gotten co-sponsors in the Senate for this fucking bullshit. Actually, no, these are the links to find the guys. And you can write them and say, we want to keep Section 230, matter of fact. The other people you can write, if you're really bored, it's S22. Oh, okay, I can't just do that. 22. Is it not 22? I don't know which one it was. Not. It's called the SAVE Act. And the House has already passed the SAVE Act, but the Senate has not. Now I have been told that it's HR 22 is the reason. Oh, okay, I have to click motorcycles. The Senate has passed or is trying to pass their counterpart to the SAVE Act, which would require voter ID for all elections. Now I've been told that this is impossible to pass because of the why is there not? Was it Senate 128? Okay. I've been told that it's impossible to pass because it is in the Senate and it will get filibustered, but I don't care. This is probably the most important thing that we could possibly get passed, and they're not going to do it because they're fucking lazy. But if you go to Senate 128, the SAVE Act, and you try to find your guy, and your guy's not on there, go find both your senators and email them or write them a letter and say, you got to pass S128, the SAVE Act, because we need voter ID. Now, supposedly, this will be impossible to do because you need all 53 Republicans, both independents, and 5 Democrats to Red Rosie. But I don't care. It's worth doing. You should literally contact them. I remember, and everyone's like, we tried voting and it doesn't work. You can't legislate your way out of this. It's like, no, you haven't. No, you haven't. What do you mean you tried? What did you try? Honestly, sit down. Okay, since I'll get you some practice while you're preparing to write your senator. Sit down, get out a piece of paper and a pen, and you write down all the things that you tried to do to legislatively fix the U.S. before you completely gave up and are waiting for Somali warlords to rape your family. Like, can you give me like a full list of all the things you actually tried to do? I guarantee you it's like fucking nothing, okay? So you're gonna voot. You're gonna become the most vooter that you ever vooted in your entire vooting life, okay? Does anyone really write their... Dude, hear it up. Does anyone really write their reps for anything? Hear that? These are letters going out today, bad boy. Today. I got them stamped and everything. I'm getting rid of my holiday stamps. I had them used. Bish. Okay, next. Alex Jones, Labubu.
I don't always hang out on Christmas Eve or New Year's with my Labubu, but when I do, I hang out with this little particular guy right here. He's not a Democrat. He's not a Republican. He's a populist. He's a freedom fighter. He's libertarian. He believes in team humanity. And, well, he likes InfoWars, Alex Jones, and Elon Musk. But most importantly, he likes 6-7. 6-7, baby. That's right, going to 2026. 6-7, then the year 2027. 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7.
He had to, like, mansplain this video. For everyone flipping out, believing this is sometime a secret satanic message, let me clarify for you. My 21-year-old daughter got one as a joke and asked me to make a joke meme. I didn't get much of it, but she said it would be funny. We're going to blow up the Labubu soon at the shooting range with tannerite, and that will make it all okay. Winky face. So, like, the Alex Jones, like, cult. I was like, oh my God, they've compromised him. There's actually a conspiracy that Alex Jones has been replaced with a reptiloid because he's lost weight and lost his hair in the process. So they're like, this isn't the same guy. And now he's signaling to his audience, Labubu 6-7, and it's terrifying them. They're shooketh to their very core, chat. Next, so there is a fleet of cameras by a company called Flock. They hang them up everywhere, and they're totally unsecured. So you can actually just log into one when you're next to it, and you can track somebody by their facial ID, just willy-nilly without any kind of privileged access to the cameras whatsoever. They managed to do it by tracking their own gaits and their faces, so you can just see what they are. So that's a very cool nightmare. Good job, 404 Media, for exposing the fact that we are under constant surveillance and there is no expectation of privacy whatsoever in the country. Very cool. Speaking of cool AI technology,
Does it work when I
I think this is Kai Kinnett, right? This is what he looks like. He's got that tarantula hair. So let's check out what tarantula hair boy is doing.
speak as well?
I have not tried that before, so let me try it and see
What it looks like.
Does it work when I
speak?
So just so you know, every influencer from now on will just be a man using a catfish filter to bilk you for cash. Just want to let you know that when you see base shoddy on Twitter being like, yes, all women is holes, and I want to be a slave in a polycule, it's Kai Kinnett trying to get your money, basically. Next, another AI thing. Chinese parents are using AI to create videos where middle-aged people are seething and sobbing uncontrollably in the halls of hospitals about how they can no longer have children because they are now eggless and they waited too long. And God, I am so upset I did not get my parents a grandbaby. I have dishonored my family by waiting so long to start a family, and now I don't have any grandbaby for my parents. So this is now apparently such a popular trend that it has made its way to the United States, and they're just generating these videos as parts of propaganda. I want to see one. This fucking piece of shit article doesn't have one of the fucking videos. I'm sure you can imagine what it's like. They can tell it's AI because it just doesn't make sense. Like, she's having a panic attack in the middle of a hallway. Someone's recording her. Onlookers are looking at her stupefied and shit. But parents are making these and sending them to their kids who are like 29, like, hey, this might be you in a couple years. So very chudly, very chud pilled. Apparently, China is having its own demographic crisis. If you've never watched, there was a movie I watched, a documentary about the Chinese one-child policy and how absolutely horrific it was. But they would basically just leave little girls out in like meat markets to starve to death. Okay. Next. Okay, so this is the most base thing Trump has done. So a bunch of people in the EU and UK are like, we hate freedom of speech. Oh my God, it's so offensive. It's not free speech, it's hate speech. Trump has responded to this by banning them from the country. They're simply too un-American, simply too gay, and too cringe to even set foot on glorious American soil. To give them even 1 inch, one whiff of American air would be a grave sacrilege and a punishment upon our entire country. So he has taken these 5 Eurocrats and said, never again, you got to fuck off. And then, of course, they went to Twitter whining about it. Now, that's actually just the warning shot. Being banned from the U.S. is the warning shot. There is a Dutch politician who worked in Den Haag and arraigned Benjamin Netanyahu on war crimes. And the U.S. responded to that by sanctioning him, which means that this random guy in the Netherlands who works for the UN and works for the International Criminal Court is no longer able to use MasterCard or Visa card. All his bank cards have been killed. He can't buy stuff online anymore, and he has to use cash everywhere. So, did I get hacked? That's Rumble's fault, just so you know. I got a perfect connection, so if you're seeing an act right now, it's Rumble's fault and not mine. I will continue. Next, here are some readings of Kiwi Farms adjacent content, okay? These are excerpts from lawsuits. There's actually 2 different times this has happened in which a person is using Kiwi Farms Poost and their exhibits to the court. Okay. In this particular instance, this is Brian Martin, aka Futuristic Hub, who I know very little about, but I did look him up before the stream in my due diligence chat. Future Hub was I don't know if he still does it, is a Minecraft YouTuber who started his channel up in 2012, and he started up with a business partner called Ty. And there was an agreement that Ty would own some stake, perhaps even half of the company. And over the years, Futuristic Hub became very successful and made millions of dollars. And Ty was cut out of the agreement. So Ty sued and won $18 million as his share of Futuristic Hub. After that judgment, or during the lawsuit, Futuristic Hub started moving assets between him and his wife, started trying to split the assets off into different YouTube channels that he would own exclusively, and the court basically said that he was unlawfully trying to hide assets to hide from the judgment. So while this is going on, I believe Futuristic Hub is exposed for making Minecraft pornography and being untowards in Discord servers, not wanting to end up in a lawsuit. I will refrain because I haven't done full research into this, but there were some allegations made accusing Martin of wrongdoing, chat, but I'll leave that up to your imagination. After all this, Brian is now asking the court to not allow his public information to be made public because of the Kiwi Farms. Now, this guy has some clips for me, so I will read them. From Liquid Chris Respecter. Okay. So this is Pleitsburging, which is a term from the Russell Greer thread when Russell Greer just files about how upset he is with no legal substantive material attached. Plaintiff's motion is based on speculation rather than concrete facts. As detailed below, plaintiff's motion represents an improper attempt to engage in fishing expeditions and harassment through discovery after failing to diligently pursue discovery during the original 60-day period. Accordingly, defendant respectfully requests that this court deny plaintiff's motion in its entirety and award sanctions against plaintiff for the abuse of discovery process. So I'm assuming that what he's doing now is he's trying to collect that money that he shifted around, and the guy's like freaking out, like, no, you can't do this. It hasn't been time, or it's out of the time frame. But that's if you're doing more illegal stuff over time, and you're not disclosing everything that you could, discovery can be extended basically forever as long as you keep doing it. A bunch of people, basically his entire family is. Oh, and they want to get his Bitcoin records. That's funny. And then he's asking for awards of sanctions, saying that they made false statements. And then he says that he could get fired. I don't know if he's working a job now. Is Futuristic Hub still around, or is he like working a real job now? But he's saying that the discovery shouldn't be granted because it could cost him his job. Then here's the court filing. Okay, it's Brandon Talks. It's a video. So I don't know how the fuck the court is supposed to know what's in that video. A transcription probably would be a benefit. It says the walls are closing in, and then he'll have to change the laws after he's released from prison. And then these are more posts from Brandon Talks as they just exhibit. What the fuck is the point of this? Is just attach this at the end? I guess it's exhibit C on this other one. Okay, exhibit C. Motion for protective order. And then it just says Kiwi Farms bad for murdering. Exhibit C. Or is this not? This isn't transcribed, so I can't see what it says. That's a shame. Confidential designations for attorney's eyes only. But he doesn't. It's just like attached Kiwi Farms at the bottom. Your Honor, Exhibit C, the Kiwi Farms. I rest my case. Gotta give me what I want now. Exhibit C. Okay. Plaintiff threatened motions to compel and stated defendants are going to jail. Defendant is going to jail while creating a fake AI video of defendant saying defendant did bankruptcy fraud. And Exhibit C, prior to even serving in discovery request. So I guess the video that he didn't bother to transcribe for the exhibit is supposedly a fake video made with AI where he admits to wrongdoing. And the Kiwi Farms is therefore bad in the terrorism site. And he blames the guy. Okay, I got you. The other one we've been cited in is the H3 lawsuit against the H3 Snark mods. So the H3 Snark mods love to cite the Kiwi Farms as a reason why plaintiff is a bully, and absolutely nothing should be given to H3 under any circumstances because he's just like the worst guy ever. And if we're going to be real about this, Israel, matter of fact. I don't care about the Discord server. Calling me out? Oh, no. Okay, Kiwi Farms, one word. Upon reviewing the Oh, is this from the judge? We got a reply from... Oh, this is from H3. Okay, so this is H3 responding to the inclusion of the Kiwi Farms. And apparently they were called out, okay? So, Kiwi Farms, upon viewing the comments from Kiwi Farms, we immediately grew suspicious. The comments identified by the H3 Snark mods came from a thread called Ethan Klein H3 Productions Pedo Troll. It is a negative thread on Ethan. This is evidenced by, one, the use of Pedo Troll in the title, which is a reference to a long dormant Reddit account Ethan used to troll pedophiles on Reddit about 15 years ago, and is currently being used to defame Ethan as a pedophile. 2, Kiwi Farms itself is very anti-Semitic? What? That's so mean. That's defamation. I take that very seriously. Is a very anti-Semitic platform and a haven for other forms of bigotry, and it struck us as very odd the H3 snark mods would frequent such a website. Get wrecked. You guys are anti-Semites. You're browsing the Kiwi farms. And 3, several posts showed clear anti-Semitism as demonstrated below. Sigur Nalayer, aside from employing a dog whistle racist username, claims Ethan was performing a Jewish humiliation ritual, claimed the lawsuits were dumb, and called Ethan a Giga Jew. 2. And Ominous, responsible for 3 of the posts in the exhibit, said Ethan's actions were very Hebrew. 3. Silence of the Troons called Ethan Lex Juthor, as if that is in and of itself anti-Semitic. You can't call someone Lex Juthor. It reminds me of that Pikachu thing that I saw that little kid wearing in Odessa. It's like, I think someone would find it funny if they were called Lex Juthor in like a friendly circle. And then 4, Dan of Steel refers to the Caseytron public apology as Kabbalah humiliation ritual. I mean, it kind of was. I mean, it kind of was. I don't know why you're upset about that. That's pretty accurate. I mean, it's Kabbalah is like magic. So is that really anti-Semitic? I don't know. Apparently, Ethan Klein is a big defender of Kabbalah esotericism, I guess. Okay. I'm afraid that it's going to get spicy from here on out, chat. I have some bombs I need to drop, and therefore I'm going to have to say sorry, but go fuck yourself, YouTube people. You know how it is. Hopefully, you will take this moment to move, to kick, or to rumble, because as you know, your platform that you love so much is owned by a man of Indian heritage. And this man of Indian heritage despises you and your freedom and says that you are bad and that he will be voting for Vivek Ramaswamy in the Ohio election, chat. Okay. So, sorry, I'm going to have to press the button to stop the stream over there now. All right. Next. Did it stop? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Okay, it did stop. Okay, great. Sorry. He's too dumb to... Poor YouTube chat. They're in a panic. They don't know what to do. They can't help it. They're YouTube cattle. Anyways, for those of you who have managed and endeavored to climb the perilous heights to rumble or to kick, we can now join hands and say a prayer for Nigga. Nigga is dead. Nigga, rest in peace, Nigga, 2019 to 2025. Nigga, of course, is a designer pit bull by Face RIP as. Now, this designer pit bull, this exotic pit bull, as I like to call him, he does have the structure. I'm a bit of a pit bull expert myself, and I have noticed that pit bull related memes have become a hot topic on the internet yet again. So I actually am, again, if you listen to this stream, you're ahead of internet culture by like at least a year, because everything I love becomes mainstream within a year, okay? Like Bossman Jack. End of file error. That doesn't sound good. Is my site just dead right now? It could be dead. They do like to DDoS my website when I'm streaming. Okay, luckily I backed up literally everything, so I don't have to worry about this, I don't think. So this is Facer. I just want to point this out. This is all I want to point out. This pit bull, this designer dog named Nigga, appears to have elephantitis. This dog's existence seems to be pure misery. And he's got a fucked up looking Russell Greer face. I don't know how to say that nicely. You know what I mean, though. It's like a Russell Greer face. And he's dead now. But he lived 6 years. That's pretty good for these designer pit bulls. This genetic abomination usually spontaneously degrades into dog jello within like a year or so. Nigga is a high quality bully, exotic bully. Okay. And that's your update. The smash and slam means have returned for a vengeance on the internet, which I'm all for. Finally, I can make more 2x pimpy, 3x bape references to people, and they'll understand what the fuck I'm talking about. Next, speaking of anti-Semitism from the H3 filings, we have the anti-Semite of the year going towards Tucker Carlson. Now, here is the real fun part. Since the Kiwi Farms, I guess, is fucking murdered, or there's like a specific connection to me, I'm gonna have to go through and pull up the video for every single thing that I want to show in stream. Okay, here we go. And this is 3, 2, 3, 4. Ta-dam. Anti-Semite of the year, Tucker Carlson. Longtime media personality, reinvented independent journalist Carlson uses his platform
Ukraine,
to normalize.
is led by a man called Zelensky, sweaty and rat-like, a persecutor of Christians, a friend of BlackRock. Jesus.
I'm gonna guess that the Nazi-era propaganda pictures are things that they opted to include in this montage, and they didn't decide that it would be necessary to, like, to note that this is not a part of Tucker Carlson's original broadcast. Because to me, it looks like the text is a part of his thing, and he's just like including of his own volition Nazi-era propaganda against Jews. So that seems like a good artistic choice not to disclose that's your edit.
Sweaty and rat-like, a persecutor of Christians, a friend of BlackRock.
Jesus shows up and he starts talking about the people in power. And I can just sort of picture the scene in a lamplit room with a bunch of guys sitting around eating hummus, thinking about what do we do? And there's always one guy with the bright idea, and I can just hear him say, I've got an idea, why don't we just kill him?
Well, Christian Zionists, like, what is that? Right. And I could just say for myself, I dislike them more than anybody.
The main challenge to that, a big challenge to that, is organized Jewry in America.
For over 2 years, Israel has murdered tens of thousands of children on purpose.
I mean, it's like they said that this is a obsessed. Dude, anybody that resorts to saying that you're obsessed with somebody is completely owned. Like when trannies say, "Oh my God, they're so obsessed with us. They're so obsessed with us." I had a boomer, a literal silver-haired Ohioan boomer, say, "Ugh, these right-wingers on Twitter are so obsessed with Vivek." And now this is like, "Oh, he's so obsessed with Israel." Yeah, they're killing people. I mean, what is required to justify a level of obsession? There's like 50,000 dead children in Gaza that have died from preventable disease and starvation. And so I don't know. I guess you can deliberate on if this is an intentional infliction of mass casualty in Gaza, or you could deliberate maybe if they deserved it, but you can't deliberate on if they're dead or not. There's so many corpses. They're gonna have to sweep it up for years to get rid of all those fucking corpses on the beach of Palestine. Like, I don't know. But he says like it's a blatant lie. I don't think it is. I don't think it is a lie that they killed a bunch of people. I'm pretty sure they can back that up with statistics. But yeah, okay. Next, so Nick Shirley. Let me get the video up.
Children.
Oh, my website works again. Lovely.
Here in your child care?
Which child care, ma'am? Is a lot of
Minnesota Child Care right here. It's from the state of Minnesota's website. We're just wondering where the children are.
Where the children are?
Yeah, where are the children? It says you have 102 children here, and you got $2.66 million this year in funding, and $2.5 million last year. We're just wondering where the kids are.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Nick Shirley.
And where are you? Which department?
Oh, we are from ourselves.
Yeah.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going. Look at that. Shut us down. Where are the children at? No children inside of this daycare center. And look at this daycare center right here. No children inside of this daycare center. But between those buildings, over $2.6 million.
So this video has taken over mainstream discourse. Effectively, they have identified potentially up to $10 billion of fraud. The federal government will disperse funds from Health and Human Resources to daycare centers to make childcare more affordable. And as it turns out, there are no checks and balances in this. And if there are, it's very state level. So if you have a state like Minnesota, in which the people of Minnesota don't participate in local elections at all, and the entire state's just been taken over by Somalis, the people responsible for the checks and balances are Somali immigrants who are a part of the fraud, and people like Tim Walz, who financially benefit from the fraud. And so there have just been billions of dollars going out towards fake daycare centers that are propping up Somalis who don't work or do anything at our expense. So that is, I don't know how else to make that. You can watch the fucking video if you want on your own. It's on Nick Turley's channel. It's called "I Investigated Minnesota's billion dollar fraud scheme," and part of my 2026 predictions was that iDubbbz is going to try to become a reverse Nick Shirley. I think that to try and save his career and become more respected in bread tubing circles, he and Aniza are going to like go down to Minnesota and find like a Somali restaurant and eat there and talk to like the guy and be like, "So where are you from?" He's like, "Oh, I'm from Somalia. It was a war-torn shithole, but now I'm here in America. I'm a normal person. I have 8 kids and I'm just taking care of my family, same as everybody else." And then iDubbbz will be like sitting there looking at the camera like, "So I talked to them and they were all very normal and everything was above board and they deserve our love and respect as Americans." And that he's going to try to do a reverse of it. That's my theory with iDubbbz. Sounds Kino? Maybe. it would it would be very Kino if all these guys refuse to talk to iDubbbz with Aniza there. It's like, so my wife thinks that I cannot speak to you and your wife unless you get rid of her because she is a big hoe. We have a spare burqa. We have a spare burqa. She could wear a spare burqa, but she is showing midriff. She has tattoos. Inshallah, you will get rid of the tattoos. They are haram. And she looks like a hosa. So if you get rid of Aniza, we can talk. And then Aniza's just on camera, but she's like fully clothed up. Maybe she tries to pretend it's like not doing that because it'll be like winter clothing and like a scarf around her neck to hide like her tattoos, and then like something like a scarf over her head, so it just looks like fashion, like an Ivanka Trump like headscarf as opposed to a hijab. And then the PPP will get to mindlessly speculate on if this is like a pseudo hijab for the decency of the family that he's speaking to at the time. That would be Kino. That would be Kino. I've got this all figured out in my head. He's all burked up. That's right. And then this guy. So, Jacob Fry, Minneapolis mayor, was confronted by people after this investigation, and they demanded that he release Han Solo from his carbonite prison, and this was his response to that request.
Maaga Egawa Jacob Fry, Doke Magalada, Minneapolis. Damaan, Shaabka Somaliyed, Kayamid, Mogadishu, Garowe, Hargeisa, Bosaso, Bedabo, Kismayo, Wahan Rabah in An Idin Shego, Minneapolis, Wa Magaladina, Wahad Kamid Tihin Laf Dabarka, Magaladan Ka Digesa.
Now, as you know, Minneapolis politics are split by tribal Somali conflicts. So the opposing tribe of Jacob Fry's released this statement in regards to his support of the enemy tribe's daycare centers.
Hababa, hababadagada, hababadadaba, hatapatakataka, hatada, hababa, hababadagadaga, ba, ba, bababa, babababa, babababa, ba, ba.
So things are really, really heating up in Minnesota. It's really crazy to see this playing out in real time, chat. We truly live in interesting times, okay? I'm glad you like that. It's always so rewarding when I do like my dumb bullshit references. I'm like, oh, people like that for once. Yay! I did it. I did the thing. Okay. That's it for politisperging. I promise it's over. Now I get to spurg about my second thing that everybody doesn't want to hear me talk about, but which I'm obsessed with. I'm obsessed, chat. I'm fucking obsessed. Unhinged, delirious with rage, obsession. Shondo, the VTuber, who I've spoken at length about before because she's creepy and pretends to be a child and speaks like a child. She raised $100,000 dues and went to Japan, glorious Nippon, for Christmas time travels. And upon her return to wherever the fuck, I think England, she had an announcement to make. Okay, she had an announcement to make for all her loyal fans. Okay, this is what she had to say.
To quote unquote be in a relationship with thousands of people, that's something when you're not mentally sound anyway at all. I hate the thought of being a GFE streamer. Always have. I've been saying for years, don't call me GFE. I fucking hate GFE because I had my shit fucked over by a GFE streamer. The thought makes me feel like repulsed and afraid of streaming. But no, I'm not gonna change anything. I'm not going anywhere. Going forward, I want to have fun with you guys. I want us to enjoy the time together, and I want you guys to view me however you most want to view me. I don't care if you want to see me as your wife. I don't care if you want to see me as your imoto. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, I should clarify what the fuck she's talking about because she talks like a retard and uses a bunch of made up bullshit. JFE is girlfriend experience. Imoto is the VTuber word for your internet wife. It's kind of like waifu, but like who you're married to in the VTuber world. What she is saying, she's telling her audience, please stop calling me your wife or your girl. Stop saying I'm the girlfriend experience, you VTuber, because I don't want to do that anymore. Probably because she makes so many hundreds of thousands of dollars, she doesn't need to do that anymore. And it's probably wearing her down until she's about to fucking go insane, having all these creepy man children think that they're married and that they have a deep personal connection. Obviously, her audience did not like that. I think there are some compilations in the thread. Oh, wait, that's a different one. Okay. Shondo sets boundaries for parasocial fans. Ooh. I bet you the comments are going to be positive, though. Cunny clip!
To quote unquote
Cunny clips! I hate these people. How the fuck is this allowed? Can I report this channel? What the fuck? I'm reporting this channel. Fuck you. Sexual content. Channel name is Cunny Clips, which refers to a child's vagina. This is a pedophile channel. Take care of it, fucking Neil. You fucking jeet. You're the shit. Oh, look at this. This is the icon I get when I'm thanked for reporting. Look, it's literally me. I'm right there. Thanks. Thank you for helping our community. Yeah, fuck you. Piece of shit. Okay. We got Shondo zoned. Hope Chandler does better mentally. Goodbye to an era. Shondo is a CFE streamer. Cute and funny. There are thousands of pedophiles. Okay. Let's see what the other comments are. I think the 4chan ones are funnier. Okay, here we go. Ooh, you're parasocial. Yes. Now fuck off with your TikTok buzzwords. They don't work here. This stream is an hour. Oh, this Retromancer. Don't know what to say after all that. He's even got the cutie mark in his name. He's been cutie marked. Now he just got divorce raped by a 5-year-old and he's traumatized. This is like the other divorce rape that he had that traumatized him. This is even worse. He doesn't have the emotional tools to handle this. For people not know what happened and believing rats from schizos. Rats is the VTuber term for A-logging, basically. It's just a guy that was a part of the community for years that went too far and needed to get banned. GFE or not, don't be a moron. It's so easy, yet many fail. So I guess this guy was like her biggest fan and then has gotten banned for ratting. Oh, good. VTuber post. Shondo was even more of a girlfriend experience than Nimi, going so far as denouncing male VTubers as sex pests and indie VTubers with managers as having secret boyfriends. She recently had a donation, then a meltdown, then she did a vacation trip and announced she's no longer comfortable with viewers seeing her in a romantic way. She used to be Nimi's friend earlier this year, and she mocked Nimi's cuck fans for being cucked. Shondo is different from Nimi, particularly because of the toddler bait, but there's still... Even her fans on VT are calling her toddler bait. It's not even lolicon. It's straight up fucking toddler bait. Okay. Where were you where Shondo quit GFE? Simps paid this bitch $100K in a donathon just to get dumped, Lamau. Genuinely, what else did you expect from a girl pandering towards lolicons? People should do more research before throwing money to e-whores. The toddler bait grifter grifts? No, it can't be. She was based in Cunny Paled and 4chan base. I know it's like my weird thing and nobody else cares as much as I do, but this is like VT is like such a portal of mental unwellness that it's one of my favorite things to like to see things like this, because it's just so alien and detached from reality. She was GFE. She must have been terrible at it, because I watched her and I never thought she was GFE. It was more like she was making fun of it. Are you telling me the bit was unironic? She even said she hated GFE a few times. What the fuck? Holy Jesus, that's worse than the other and in summary. Well, she can kiss a good chunk of her income goodbye. What's he replying to? I don't know. She started it. Stares at you intensely, licks your cheek. This is my territory. Okay. This is her on Discord. Just wanted to say I love you guys a whole lot, even if not always talking about you guys are on my mind like 24/7. She hates being the GFU streamer, though, even though all her money and popularity is based on it. Does anyone have those tweets she made about her hymen way back when? I want to fill out my Shondo Fat folder since she's not my wife anymore. She's being demoted to whore. Look at her showing her ass off like this. She's such a slut. And this is a Shondo post saying, how does getting brutally raped while getting choked to death sound to you? Oh, I guess this is her secret account, and she's responding to a question, and she's like, yeah, sure, that sounds great to me. The medium loses all its appeal once the illusion is gone. Shondo's an evil bitch, but this idiot deserves it. Why the fuck would they donate so much, even collectively, to some e-thought? The idea sickens me. Some slut out there is making more than British doctors do by lying and grifting people. How is this not illegal in the UK when everything else is? Repeal the 19th. Motherfucker. Oh my god, dude. This is how dumb people are. Repeal the 19th. Who the fuck is giving her money? Do you think that this is like a grassroots turf feminist movement? Like, yes, queen, get raped and brutally choked to death. That's the women are voting for this. The women are the one giving this woman all their money. Is that you? Is that men that are doing this? Is that men that are giving her $100,000 to go get porked in Japan by her boyfriend during Christmas? The experiment is over. One gender manipulates, gaslights, and wants everything while being considered equal, even though they really want to be higher than men. Time to return to better times. Let's go. You should expect this kind of bullshit from any girl who caters towards lolly. That's so bizarre. It's like VT is slowly becoming anti-lolly just because they figured out that any woman that would put on a child avatar is the most psychopathic, baseless, or like morally vacuous whore that has ever lived, and it's purely for grift. Like no woman is into lolicon, and any woman that says she is either completely fucking insane or is completely fucking insane and just trying to get your money. Actually, I think there's no alternative. It's like they're insane and they want your money. Interesting that you would exclude Saba when you mentioned VTubers with boyfriends. Hope this bitch loses her whales and is forced to work at Starbucks like that pee drinking bitch. I hope she kills herself after having a melty when a customer asked her to speak up. Okay. First Risha, then Nimi, now Shando. Why is everything exactly the same? Okay, this is the last one. Yeah, it's so retarded. A bunch of guys see her as her Moto wife and enjoy your streams while showering you with money, and it really doesn't go beyond that. I can't do this anymore. Help me, ex-boyfriend. I'm going insane. So guys, I'll be doing the same shit, but you guys have to cut off the white stuff because it hurts me. Anyways, here's some new sub goals. I hate them so much, man. Even the electronic whammon torture the incel to death, chat. Okay. And then one more. Okay, this is a nobody. This is a literally who tuber, okay? It's Vivi Chan the Dragon. She was invited to MagFest, which is a video game thing. However, people pointed out the fact that it's like a toddler avatar with like milkshake bobas over like the flat chest, and then like a kitty cat over where like her vagina would be. And they're like, what the fuck is this shit? So MagFest apologized. Now, I listened to her rebuttal, and it was not interesting. Her cope is that she is a very small, tiny Asian being in real life, and therefore, this is just how this is literally her, and it's not Lolicon, and if you think it's Lolicon, it's your fault. And she says that if you think that she's Lolicon and you jerk off to her, then that's actually making her the victim because you are mentally raping her as a child. That's literally what she said, effectively, that she's the one victimized by the lolicon accusation because she's not consenting to it. So it's like rape. I will skip through all of this. I'll read nothing, and I will play you this instead.
Let me touch it, watch it. I want to do it in a moment. I'm gonna do it forever in your pussy. I'm gonna in your pussy. In your pussy.
Tiger when she's ready.
So she's clearly based and Ethan Ralph pilled. Somehow the Show Me Your Pussy song has showed up in this woman's life and Ethan Ralph's life. And that is very bizarre to me. If you don't remember, there's a very iconic clip where Ralph was like passing out drunk, I want to say. He was having like a melty. And this song was playing because someone super chatted it to play on his stream. And it was a very surreal moment. I have nothing else to add about this situation. Except that she seemed really glad to be involved in controversy. She was like, oh my God, I'm taking like so many protective measures. I'm still going to be at MagFest, but I'm going to get like a state sanctioned bodyguard liaison. And they said I could bring over like my own beefy security guy. So like my life is like super at risk, y'all. I was like, okay, I got you. Next, Vic Wingley, who is a SSMB player, pro player, and tranny, was called out by a guy called Joey Swole, who makes a habit of calling out hoes doing inappropriate stuff at the gym. And this one, I don't know if I can show this.
Just a quick update to this video from the other day, where this person is filming corn with a P in the women's locker room, playing with themselves.
Dude. Social media, we need to fucking ban social media. We need to federally legislate it so that social media algorithms are completely and totally forbidden from implementing any sort of specific per word policy so that you can't say any word, because the degradation of the human mind into saying corn and spicy content and sewer slide and unaliving, this is not healthy. This is killing brain cells. This is murdering the future of our country. It should just not be allowed. Like, if there should not even be a rule where it's like you can filter out the N-word, because it's like, that's another one. N-word. What the fuck does that mean? Nursing? Nighttime? Nubian? Nordic? Which one? Which one? We all know, because we have to on our tippy toes around certain things that piss people off or upset the algorithm god. Fuck you.
Grabbing their bulge as well as filming OF content out on the gym floor. I followed up with this gym, Good Life Fitness, in
Dude, it's real bad when you're getting called out by fucking bodybuilder Santa, okay? When Santa has you on the naughty list, you're fucked.
Canada. They, because of legal reasons, couldn't tell me exactly what they did with this member, which I understand, but they pretty much spelled it out that when you do something like this, you get banned from all gyms. I also talked to somebody that works there that I'll keep anonymous that confirmed with me that this person has been banned. So thank you, Good Life Fitness, for doing what's right to protect your members. This type of content has no place in gyms or any shared public space. So if you see this, report it. Tell the staff or management, or just send it to me. I will happily call their ass out and get them banned from every gym.
Look at how nice his teeth are. He's got really nice teeth. People underestimate how important having nice teeth is. I have fucked up teeth. It's not like Boogie Tier fucked up teeth, but it's like past the point where I could ever have nice teeth like this, Joe. They're fake? You think he has those Boogie dentures? Might be veneers. Maybe I should get veneers. Donate to my, join my Gumroad. MattTheInternet.gumroad.com. MattTheInternet.locals.com. Help me get veneers like Boogie. I'll post pictures of my jaw cracked open, looking like the monsters from what's that game with the monsters that have the fucked up mouths? Amnesia. I'll look like a monster like from Amnesia, and I'll post the picture. That'll be your reward. Let's get me to the goal, chat. Oh god, this is the tunnel tranny. Hey, the tunnel tranny has an update, chat. Let's see what he's up to.
It's now been 3 years since I started my underground tunnel system. This is a recap. I started by cutting an opening in the basement wall and mining downward into the unknown. Initially planned to build a small storm shelter, but it turns out mining is fun. And the solid rock made excavations safer than expected. I fabricated an elevator hopper to lift it to the surface. 200 tons so far. Shoved the cobblestone into double chests. I mean dumpsters. As the mine stretched deeper, I had to consider utilities and support. I laid a mile of rebar, placed blocks, and poured over 40 cubic yards of concrete, some mixed by hand, some pumped by truck. Installed a pump system, communications, air management, and electrical fit to run a mine. At 21 feet in depth, I discovered a layer of useful stone perfect for castle building, but exhausted it before getting enough. I'm still searching for another layer. Some of the rock needed blasting, and I was able to break it up with Dexpan expanding grout, which was suggested by a follower. In fact, the community has provided a lot of useful input that helped me improve all of my work. The first section of tunnel was completed in the summer of 23 with a block wall and poured concrete ceiling. I set up a steel form to support the arch. This section stretches 30 feet down to the antechamber. The antechamber was poured in 2 parts, the walls and then the ceiling. I had trouble with the wall and one of the forms failed, but it was a learning experience. I set up better supports for the ceiling and was just about to pour when I was stopped in my tracks.
We have some complaints. Basically, there's some construction going on.
The project was shut down in December of 23 due to lack of permits, and I spent the next year going through the administrative process and putting together documents, plans, reports, and calculations. After gargantuan effort and expense, I finally got approved to continue. Since the approval, I completed...
Someone was asking how is this legal? It wasn't. So what happened is that people grew concerned that this insane tranny was building this fucking network tunnel system under his house without any permits and without any fucking idea of what he was doing. So they reported it to the city. And then the tranny spent a full year on TikTok complaining about how they were transphobic and shit. And the city was basically harassed by a mob of trannies for a full year until he gave up and just signed away, letting him build this insane bullshit under his house. And There's a movie I watched. I can't remember what it was called, but the gist of it was that like a serial killer was like trapping women in his basement, and it's like this is a fucking rape dungeon. Let's be real. What this training is just like, oh, I'm just building a tunnel. I love excavating. Excavating is so much fun. This is a rape dungeon for a serial killer rapist. And this shit should never have been fucking allowed. And if anyone ends up inside the rape dungeon, the blood is on the hands of the spineless city cuckolds who permitted this dumb bullshit to go through because they couldn't handle mean comments from dumb retard trannies on the internet. Always tell retard trannies no. If this guy really loved excavating that much, he can go to community college for free or go to an Ivy League school because he's a sexual minority that is eligible for all sorts of grants, and he can go learn how to be a civic engineer. That's one thing that we have like a deficit of. We don't have enough civic engineers, but he can't hold a real job because he's a mentally ill person that probably wants to rape women in a sex dungeon as opposed to actually building bridges or excavating mountains to pave highways on. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to build a sex dungeon. So fuck this guy. And by the way, he does like a trad wife LARP, and it's so creepy. Like you see his face, like when he tries to like he puts on a full face of makeup to for certain shots, and he just looks so fucking creepy.
An opening.
See, I'm trying to find one where you can see his face, but it's like uncanny valley when you see it.
Meanwhile, back in the kitchen, it is the time of year for a very special plant. You know what this means. The roots and leaves are toxic and can cause kidney damage as well as other interesting issues. But the stems are good. Now that they are chopped up properly, it is time to get the kitchen ready and find the recipe. That's...
Don't worry, you are in a safe place. Your eyes will adjust to the dark. If you fight against your restraints, the rope will cut into your flesh and could get infected. It would be very painful, and I can't get serious antibiotics because that would disclose that I have someone in my basement. So you're going to have to not do that if you want to live for very long. I am going upstairs to cut rhubarbs. Don't worry, they're poisonous, but I won't give you too much of the inedible parts because I care about you, and we're going to be together for a long, long time. And there's one more. Would you like to see more of me? I'm pleased to announce my new fanfic accounts with exclusives. So if you want to pay for this guy's titty pictures, you can.
The day has come. Some would say it was inevitable. While developing videos for this channel, I have accumulated a vast repository of unreleased content. Now I have a place to put it. Join me on fanfics for this and much more. Gain access to fashion shots and outtakes, up-to-date daily vlogs, behind-the-scenes footage, mining ASMR.
Even the tunnel tranny outsources labor to Mexicans. Even at two tranny, at two, incredible. Next, Brandon Lee Kellett, aka Valkyrie Bryn, is a tranny. He's popular in the gun tubing sphere, and he is most famous for this picture. If you have seen this picture and thought, damn, I wish my wife would let me do that with her ass, unfortunately, you have fallen victim to a tranny catfishing picture chat. Now, Brandon does not like it to be known that he's a tranny, even though you can just fucking look at him and tell that this is obviously a man. Oh, is my site broken still? Okay, let's bring it up on this other page here. You can obviously just fucking tell, and he has a history on T-girl porn websites. So this someone, oh, I can't open these because my site's dead still. Hold up. Sorry, I'm pretty sure it's getting DDoS because I love to DDoS my shit when I'm streaming because I can't fix it when I'm streaming. So someone named Devious Devi sent this insane shroon a link to the thread. Actually, it wasn't even the troon. It was like to somebody else asking about it. Right here. What to do if someone grabs your purse? And then Nick Rogue says, "Is that done a tranny? I've seen this before." Devious DeV says, "Yes, it is." Cybernaut with BT Protocol says, "No, it's not. That's Valkamami Bryn being awesome, a little on the spectrum and a lot on the badass, with a huge ass. You should see her shoot a 50 cal. If this is trans, then genetic women are cooked." Bro, you are gay. Just come out already, Lamau. Devious DeV then replies and says, "In case anyone's curious, Nick Rogue finds this to be a suitable answer. But guess who you didn't ask? Valk Mommy Bren replies and says, I'm not a man. They used information about my brother and doctored it to look like me. They completely ignore all the evidence that's contradicting. But if you want to believe anonymous nobodies that hate me over me, then go ahead." And then Clara says that she doesn't care. A non-practicing intellectual, chaotic neutral, 70,000 followers. I'm seeing some wall of shames over here. I appreciate that. Most don't it, and honestly, it doesn't matter to me either way. I get reposted a lot. Space before period. I grab most of my stuff from image boards or Telegram, so almost never no, but try to add credit when I can. Some folks on here can get super touchy about it. And then the man himself, Devious DeV, says, "I was trying to show someone the X post this as a man, and the actual person found it and responded. I didn't expect it to happen. I wasn't trying to interact with the subject. It was right. Up to no good, I guess." Is the site actually dead? What a pain in the ass. I can't, my app, I was using Connect Pro for XMPP on my phone, and it's just fucking toast. I can't use that anymore. I don't know why the app doesn't work. Anyways, the tipster thread. Wait, hold up. Let me check my notes here, chat. Yeah, we're still in the tranny section, chat. I don't understand. Why am I looking at tipster when we're in the tranny section? Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. New year, new me. From, hey, it's Tippy XO. No. Any all pronouns. Gay trans flag. Blocked me. Incredible. Only homophobes and transphobes think this is a problem. So he finally did it. If you don't remember, Tipster was the #1 bootlicker of Queen Falls during Drop Kiwi Farms. Tipster, I think, was once married, but he kept calling Keffels a tomboy mommy dom or some insane shit. And everyone was like, "Oh, you're like gay." And there was kind of a bet that he was going to true out eventually, and he sure enough has. So, new year, new me. Tipster, one of the most completely pathetic men that has ever fucking lived, has finally just embraced that he'll never be a real man, and has instead decided to try and pretend to be a woman instead. Very sad, very pathetic. Next. Aang Vong. So Aang apparently during December just went completely fucking batshit on camera. I guess because she's finally getting attention, so she's deciding to ham it up a bit. Let's watch one and see if it's worth anything.
Please, see my humanity. I am calling out to you. If anybody is out there that can hear me, please find me. I have been looking for a long time for people.
Find me. We are in a cosmic horror nightmare, and we are in danger. My devices are breaking. Contact now.
Hear me. And I mean it in a very different way than the way people superficially comment at me. Are you here to fight for your life and value what means something?
Then it ends. I think that's a good place to end. My buffer. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm still sussy about her. Okay, I think that she's faking it. Okay, I need her to try and act better. This is this is what I need from her. Okay, you need to do better, sis. You need to do better. Okay, I will continue to entertain this, but you have to do better, sis. Okay, she's gone off the deep end. Did I save this? Where's this cooking video at? I definitely preloaded this one, I think. If not, I can. See, this is 6155. I do have it. Nice. It's protein powder. Oh no!
Break another thing?
Look, see, I'm supposed to believe that this bitch is completely bonkers, but do you notice this? Listen to the sounds. Do you hear the rustling of fabric? You hear how close her voice is?
Break another thing?
She's got a wire on. She's mic'd up. She's literally mic'd herself up so that she has good audio in this video. How many paranoid schizophrenics? If you remember the sermons of Terry Davis, he would speak into a webcam onboard microphone with his birds tweeting on the background and his computer fan audible throughout the entire thing because he's just streaming the good word, okay, of his temple. And meanwhile, Eng Vong has the foresight for her crazy bullshit to mic herself up so that you can hear the wrinkling on of her fabric and hear her voice well.
And I'll show you.
Does Gail also? I don't think.
Who's?
Then again, the only counterclaim to that is that she's worked in entertainment, so she knows about some of the stuff, but she worked in animation, so it's not like she had hands-on experience with it unless she did voice acting. I don't think she did, though.
Really controlling all these messes. And who's keeping your minds in them?
She also put her mic on her in such a way that if she started to take off layers of clothing, it wouldn't undo the mic. She didn't futz around with it. She knew that she was going to take that layer off on camera.
I am Kintuk. Keep yourself away from the
Cut your hair.
mind.
Cut it off. Cut the hair
messes
off.
that are really
Look, this fucking femoid Sammy Classic Sonic fan / Dylan Roof. Not buying it. I'm just not buying it. Sorry. I can suss this out. Thousands of years of locale commentator evolution has allowed me to sniff out frauds with incredible efficiency. Okay, don't even try me. Now, Amberlyn Reed, bat, real. Okay, Amberlyn, I mentioned last stream, and I mentioned, I think even before my break, that Amberlyn had been demonetized on YouTube. Now, obviously, she's fat, and she would never get a real job. So, she has to look for some way to remonetize herself. And lo and behold, the Papa Roach Keemstar himself has stepped down to try and slot her into some irrelevant bullshit fucking channel he spun up called LolCow Bus. LolCow Bus, which I guess is like a reference to the fucking Fortnite battle bus. I don't know what can I find that video of Keemstar dancing? Hold up. I want the one with him. Oh, hell yeah. I think this is it. Keemstar was like, don't worry, babe. I got you. I want the original. Why can't when I search for shit, I can never find the fucking original. Oh, by the way, there was a classic moment on old school Mad at the Internet that I can find when I search Keemstar TikTok, and this is it. Get ready. Get ready, Brant. You're going to Inception mode. This is a clip of Maddie.
He's a 40-year-old man on TikTok doing that. What the fuck?
Wait, what's this? I didn't even see this one. Whoops. Hold up. I got a clip for that.
Whoops, we did not mean for you to see that.
Okay. This was back on the YouTube days when I still had the Kiwi Farms YouTube account. Classic. Okay. Anyways, I was thinking about how much I fucking hate Keemstar. So Keemstar has spun up the local bus, and Amberlynn has managed to get on it, okay? Because she has nothing else going for her in her fucking life. I have these preloaded, actually.
But now I'm at a point where I'm like, fuck it. Like, bring on the hate. Like, I'm going to make money off of it. Like, you're going to hate me regardless. So.
Oh, it's a retard bus. Okay, I got you.
I'll literally say just like one tiny word that's like different or like out of place or put somewhere different. And people be like, that's a different version. That's a lie. That's a different version. That's not real. I'm like.
It's honestly.
That's what lawyers do. Well, that's what you do when people talk shit that isn't true, is you ban
Amber,
them,
you
you
are the
delete them.
circle. You're so mad you have no control. But Keem and the LCU need you like Twinkie needed you to ignore her cyst for 7 years.
Dude, the term lolcow universe, which is like proprietary product of Keemstar, there will be a day where I find some way to burn that to the fucking ground. That is like disgusting. That's like okay, lolcow live, I got it, whatever. Who cares? Lolcow universe, own property, trademark, Keemstar. That's fucking gay. You're taking shit that is the communal property of something I care about, the broader internet culture, and you're turning this into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You're making it that fucking gay. I take issue with that. Keemstar has been on my shit list, in case you didn't listen to the last stream, because during Drop Kiwi Farms, he didn't say a fucking word about it. He didn't say a fucking word about Liz Fong Jones or Keffels or the deplatforming, the historic efforts that the internet was taking to completely obliterate one fucking site. And so he is now perpetually on my fucking shit list. Unfortunately, I have to take over Ohio before I destroy Keemstar's lolcow universe.
Amber puts the bus in short bus.
Jesus Christ.
I was on a short bus one time, so can you not talk shit? Thanks.
I was in the special ed, but thank God I never had to ride the short bus.
I was on it.
We can't
I
get
was
upset
on
at
it.
short butts. Like that.
Okay. So if you want to hear Amberlynn be bitchy while she gets paid to do so, you can check that out on the little bus. All right. Okay, this is Amberlynn or Chantal being angry. I haven't watched this yet, so hopefully it's good.
What? What happened to Teardrop? Teardrop, where are you? No, you're rude, Tradwife. Get out of here. Bye. Can we ban Tradwife? Why? Teardrop, you should be blocking these people that are harassing you. I don't care, Frunga. Nobody's attacking my mods. If you can't behave and act like an adult and have fun, then bye. Yes, she can block everyone. Why are you attacking her? Are you, like, not a human being? Like, what's wrong with you? She's literally doing nothing. They inflame the Teardrop hate. Okay, any Teardrop haters, we're blocking you. I have mods, right? That's why I have mods. To block people attacking people that are my mods. I don't care. Then I have a dictator chat, then. She's not unfair. She doesn't block people for no reason. If you get blocked and you're butthurted about it, you probably deserved it. Okay, I want everyone blocked who caused her to leave. Like, ASAP. Grow up. Y'all can't have fun unless you're attacking somebody. If that doesn't tell you that you need fucking help, then I don't know what does. But stay away from my chat. I don't care, okay? Like, seriously. Block Goblin Hideout. Why are people not blocking people in my chat? It won't let me block for some effing reason. Ban. I have to give a reason. I don't have to give a fucking reason. F you. That's why. I think, like, people, including mods, you have to ignore people too. Like, you can't just engage with nasty people. They're just going to keep going and going. So block them, ignore, and that's it. Bye. There won't be a problem. Mods are supposed to be able to hold it down when I'm not looking at the chat. Like, that's what I need mods for. I don't, like, if somebody's harassing you and you're a mod, just block them. Immediately block them. I don't want those people in my chat. whatsoever. Okay, like I don't care whatever about a few extra views. I really don't. I care more about my visors than views. Okay, so it makes it worse. Crashing out on the trolls. You can't do that. You just block them immediately. Bye. Done. I know you guys
What's
make shit up.
this?
It's too much. That's what I'm saying, Melly. Like maybe I
But
should
why
just like.
is she back in the fucking hijab? See, this is what I mean. She's like flip flopping on if she wants to on if she wants to like try and go back to Syria or whatever the fuck, and she's I don't know. She can't do it. She can't manage to commit to one thing over the other, so she's going to be seething forever. All right, next I have Aniza and iDubbbz. Apparently, over Christmas time, they said some more embarrassing shit. So I'm eager to hear this.
Fascinating, because like if I look at you, even in like the
Uh-oh. See, this is 4046.
I find it fascinating because like if I look at you, even in like the viewfinder, extremely masculine chin, which is also why I like the buzz cut, because it like emphasizes your chin and your like heavy brow. Like I would argue you have one of the most, part of the reason why I don't want to have a child with you is because I'm terrified if we have a girl that she's gonna have all your masculine features.
Brow. Isn't that interesting? I think about that a lot.
Yeah, I have never met somebody who has such an eagle face. Like you have a very strong brow, which is very attractive on men. To be honest, there's a lot of attractive women that have that as well, like Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
But combined with
yeah.
me,
Mm-hmm.
I think the combination would be bad for a woman.
I think you're tripping.
I don't know.
And he's just flat out telling him his stupid ass Easter Island statue face merged with her doughy fuck face would be hideous. So she does not want to breed with him. Maybe she will breed with some other man and he can step up and be a real man about it, but that's not happening. They're not going together. Okay. Incredible. I think I have preloaded all these. We will see. If not, I will suffer and have to look them up one by one. He didn't get gifts for Christmas.
We played.
Okay, I'm gonna have to suffer, chat. 6907. Shit. Okay, 6907 8326. Don't tell me I don't have these ones. Aha! Wait. Oh, wait, there it is. I have it open. Open the fucking file.
We played a little silly game. No gifts. We were completely giftless this year. I mean, we're completely giftless.
That has to be like PPP brainworms, like sinking into his own brain. And now he's just felting himself and shouting, "I'm giftless. I received nothing. I didn't have a jolly Christmas." Like he's just doing it himself now. He's trying to cut PPP off at the knees by taking his shtick.
Most years, because we don't do that part of Christmas, which, to be honest, like it makes the whole experience infinitely less stressful for me. I think it's cool, you know. I've done gifts plenty of years, but you know, so I'm aware what it feels like. And it's kind of exhausting. Even if you're on time and you get a gift for someone or whoever you're looking to, buying gifts is stressful. No, well, yeah, a little bit, but then also the expectation of it, the build up, and receiving gifts is also stressful. Yeah. I don't know. I always hated that feeling growing up of like, you know, especially as a kid, like trying to figure out what is the appropriate amount to present your gratefulness. I'm not opposed to gift giving. We just do it more randomly, you know?
Maybe you can gift your entire family like a 3-month trial of Anisa's OnlyFans. You just send it out to mom and dad and uncles and stuff. I don't know. What else do you have to give, Ian? It's just such a cope. Like, oh yeah, I'm so numbed by my mental goodness pills that I can't experience any negative feelings of apprehension or anxiety related to preparing gifts. So Anisa just has to fucking deal with it. She just has to be giftless forever.
Paragraph, but I'm
Oh,
almost
felting. That's true. It's called felting. It's not called.
um, food fascist. Okay. 923.
This is
Felting.
like frozen stuff to reheat.
Just go further. What is keeping you from going to the Walmart or wherever? I'm sure there's more other than the Walmart,
Take your
45
little
minutes
plane.
away.
There's gotta be a farmer's
There has
market
to be.
or something that happens. Like,
Yeah.
he has to be fucking.
There's loads of like rich white people up here who like the plane thing. Yeah, that's a big perk. But a bigger perk than that is there being some sort of like farmer's market. Some sort of like
I've been in
fresh
America long
deli.
enough to know that there are paranoid food fascists in places like New Hampshire, and they want
Right.
organic,
They need their fresh
yeah,
organic
fresh
shit.
organic shit, and they need little specialty stores for it. There's no way there isn't something around.
Yeah.
This is why we have nothing nice. People like her. What? You want locally grown produce? Are you some kind of fucking fascist? Wow, I got 20 subs on Kick. I don't think I've ever gotten a sub bomb. Do I have to say, whoa, buddy? Whoa, buddy. It's felting. It's food fascism. Awesome. Thank you, Anisa, for enlightening us. I have a boss man update, which everyone's excited for. People are sub bombing us for. Okay. Of course, I can't open the picture because the site's dead. Austin Curtis Peterson is free. Asterisk. He has been sentenced or allowed out of jail to attend court-mandated rehab. Now, from my understanding, what he is in is a private program that his parents are either paying for or he has found a nonprofit willing to sponsor him. But he is going to be in there for probably 6 to 9 months. And at the end of that, they will be reviewing if he actually completed his course. So that's exciting. But it does mean that we may not see Bossman until September of next year, chat. Of this year, actually. Matter of fact, it's already January 2nd, bish. You want to know the truth about it? So, Boss is gone, locked away, unless he fucks up. In that case, he's gone for even longer than 9 months, tragically. So, hopefully he'll make it through so he can go back to gambling in his room where he belongs, chat. Next, so this is a cause of action brought against my attorney, Matthew Harden, by Russell Gree in the Nevada circuit of Las Vegas. And what he has tried to allege is that where's the page? Is that it? No. He tried to allege that Harden, in his position as general counsel of the Kiwi Farms, has harassed him, caused him injury, and thus he immediately needs protection from Matthew Harden, who is fangs bared, a vicious dog, attacking him, attacking his family by trying to depose them for the lawsuit that he started, and so on and so forth. So he filed a big Plattsburgh with the Las Vegas court trying to see if he can get a restraining order against Harden. And the same day that it was received, it was denied because it did not meet the qualifications for a restraining order. However, what he was trying to do is a little bit nefarious. He was basically trying to get Harden pulled away as my attorney so that he could deprive me of my constitutional right for representation, which is a big no-no. So there may be unforeseen consequences for Russell Greer as a repercussion of this little gambit that he's playing in Las Vegas. And that's about it for Russell Greer. He's filed a bunch of bullshit over Christmas, but it's mostly just him spurging out that the case is not proceeding as he would please as it enters its 6th year of existence, when it was thrown out originally, like in the first fucking month in 2020. So it is what it is. Let's see. I wish this had been the original tweet that she had posted because I can't read this. But this is Mars Girl, who's upset that a clip from Doug Walker and her was used by the DHS in a market. Now, if you don't know, the DHS is ran by like a meme lord, but the DHS actually doesn't do anything. So it just keeps posting this shit and then nothing happens. And Somalis keep raping and murdering Chad. So keep your eyes open for the horrific impunity upon Mars Girl that she's complaining about. Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. Santa deniers checking their security cameras on Christmas Eve. Dun, dun, dun. Mars Girl most affected by this. Dude, imagine being a boomer who's like, I need to know what the Department of Homeland Security is doing about the situation in Iran. My fellowship, my church, sent me a letter from AIPAC about how Iran is this close to making nuclear weapons and delivery systems that can strike the continental United States. I sure hope the Department of Homeland Security has made a tweet about this ongoing and urgent situation. Then he opens the Twitter and he sees this. I assume that he just dies after that. He just has a fucking stroke and dies. So actually, this is the best thing ever. I want to be true. Matter of fact, if you want to know the truth about it, the DHS should be pumping this shit out. We need more epileptic gifts on government tweet timelines. Okay? That's the fact of the situation. Next, Wings of Redemption is fat. Again, I should explain. 1089.
I need to lose fucking weight. Like I'm turning 40 this year. I'm 445 pounds.
250 is my goal weight, right? Like that's where the surgery is going to put me at 240 pounds.
I'm 445 pounds.
How much is the surgery? $25,000 plus.
I'm 445 pounds.
$25,000 plus.
Okay, so he is 1 pound away from being exactly back to where he was before he had invasive lap band surgery to control how much he eats. Last night, let me just read you guys what I had. I keep track of it on my app. I should get a partnership with the app I use. They can pay me for my shilling. Let's see. For breakfast yesterday, I had a cup of milk with 100 calories of whey protein. For dinner, I had a bowl of about 500 calories. Now, I should explain, it is tradition in the South that for New Year's, you have cornbread, black-eyed peas, and collard greens. The greens are for... I forget what they represent. I know that the cornbread is gold, so it represents wealth. But then the peas and the collards, one of them represents like good luck. I think the collards might be good luck, and the beans might be health. They represent something, so you're supposed to eat them. I don't know what they represent. I just know you're supposed to do it. Okay, every New Year's, and I did. So I had a bowl of that. It was actually leftovers from the day before. Okay, and then I had a bowl of natto, which is like a weird fermented soybean, but it's good for your gut, chat. So in all, I had less than 1,000 calories, chat. And I went to bed thinking, first day back on the grind set, chat, and I did it. And it made me laugh knowing that many, many, many people failed their very first day. Failures right out the gate. Couldn't even make it one day. That's Jordy Jordan. Failure on day one, chat. It's not to. Okay, look, it's weird and stringy, but it's very bizarre. They say it tastes like cheese. I disagree. It smells like chocolate. It's a very strange thing. But if you put a little bit of, what's the word? That black shit that Chinks put into everything. Put a little bit of that and a little bit of mustard. It's good. Soybean. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can't say that you eat soybeans because it'll make you what does it make you? Does it make you autistic or gay or some shit? Soy sauce? Oh yeah, it's soy sauce. Just soy sauce, sorry. Yeah, you can't have soy sauce because it'll make you really fat and retarded, like all the Japanese people who eat metric tons of soybeans every year. Yeah, I do. I put soy on soy on soy. Oh my god. You're not following the diet advice of Famahide. Famahide rejects the soybean Oreo. Okay. Suffer. All right. Clavicular, who I assure you eats no soybeans. This man eats beef and nothing else. He hit a man with his car. I think I played this on stream because he was nominated for media. But I'll play it again if I can. If I'm permitted to. I may not be able to. Oh, there it is. Was my site dead? There it is. The African-American gentleman smashed and slammed by the car. Now, apparently, he has already been told by the Attorney General that they will not be pursuing charges against him. Which,
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Money on my mind, like it never getting up. Every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there.
hell yeah. Dude, when black people start singing, I'm like, yes, this is me, bro. This is me. When that black guy said that thing, I was like, yes, he's talking about me at this moment.
Major mail. Let's fucking go, boys. Let's go. Dubs in the chat for that. Dubs in the chat. Holy fuck. Dubs in the chat. Let's fucking go.
Oh, did he learn about this from TMZ? TMZ said it, so it must be true. I wouldn't be surprised if it's true, though. As I said on the last stream, if you are planning to obstruct traffic, you shouldn't do it in Florida. They either proposed or were actually passing a bill in the Florida state legislature to permit you to run people over with your cars if they deserved it. If they're blocking the road, if you obstruct a car with your body, you just run them over. That's what you do. Don't look back. I thought they passed that shit 5 years. Maybe they did. I don't know. Is it legal to run people over in your car in Florida? Question mark. No, it's not. I think that's exceptions. Self-defense. Can Florida run over protesters without consequence? No. What is required? Okay. Google, you got to let me know, bro. It's not legal. While state officials have made comments regarding a driver's right to flee for safety, you can face severe criminal and civil consequences for hitting somebody. It's aggravated battery. If your car is surrounded, you can fear bodily harm. New 2026 regulations, PIP insurance eliminations. Starting July 1st, 2026, Florida is ending its no-fault personal injury protection system. Drivers will be required to carry mandatory bodily liability coverage, which directly impacts how injury claims from vehicle pedestrian incidents are handled. That's not the same. We need to pass legislation to let people run people over in their car. If you block somebody's car, you deserve to be hit. That's how physics works. You can't legislate that away. As a Floridian, I am for legislation for running people over. It's just like that's like people in Europe, they don't understand this shit. Like you see like people in Europe and Asia getting mogged in the street, and it's like you never see that in the US. Guess why? You get killed. If you're fucking with somebody in the street and they get pushed down or whatever, if somebody pushes you down, you can basically shoot them. Because what happens, like if they're out to get you and they push you down, what's the next thing they can do? They can stomp on your neck. They can immediately stomp on your neck and kill you. So you are in reasonable fear for your life the moment you got pushed down. And if you have a gun on you, you can shoot them for it. Like that's just how it works. That's how we see things in the US. If you block somebody's car, you're desiring to be struck by a car. if you break into somebody's house, it doesn't matter if the door is locked or not. You're asking to be shot because you're committing a felony, breaking and entering. Even if there is no breaking, if you bypass a door handle, that is considered breaking by the law, and therefore you're a felon. And it is legal to use a weapon in self-defense when somebody's in commission of a felony, which opening a door they shouldn't be opening is a commission of a felony. So we run people over, we shoot somebody, and we prefer it that way compared to the European system. Michael Draka didn't get away with it. Well, did he hit a black person, bro? Come on now. Michael Draka. The killing of Marquise McLaughlin. In 2018, Marquise McLaughlin, 28, was fatally shot by Michael Draka at a parking lot outside of a convenience store in Clearwater, Florida. Draka pulled to a spot not meant for parking and approached McLaughlin to confront McLaughlin's girlfriend for parking in a disabled parking space without a placard. Look, buddy, I saw this was on a true crime channel. I know exactly what you're referring to. And the guy was a fucking idiot and he was a fucking blowhard. What got this guy fucked was not the law. It was the fact that he voluntarily submitted himself to a conversation with investigators after he shot somebody. He did not invoke his right to attorney. And he was such a fucking retard. This guy went off the handle about how he's like a mall cop. And it was like, yeah, man, I did like a tactical reload, man. He kept dropping like all these things about like law enforcement, like legalese, technical jargon, and he was like a total fucking moron. So proud he shot somebody. He's like, dude, if you haven't seen this, that guy went to jail because he talked to police. If he hadn't invoked his right to an attorney and stayed silent, he would be a free man. But he talked to the police and he bragged about how he shot him. And he even used specific language about how, yeah, I put two shots on target. Like something like that, where it's like, you don't sound that shooketh. You don't sound like you're in fear for your life. You sound really proud that your target practice was paying off when you blew this guy's fucking heart to pieces. Maybe don't do that. That's my other lesson for you. We do this, but we also, importantly, we do not talk to police and we invoke our right to an attorney. And the reason why they always talk to police is that they're afraid of going to jail because they might get booked and put in jail. And they think, oh, if I just spend 30 minutes talking to the cops, I don't have to go to jail for the weekend. Go to jail for the weekend. It does not matter. You're already booked. You're already getting a mugshot. You can't talk your way out of it. Just fucking ask for an attorney and deal with the shitty weekend in jail, okay? That's how it works. So, yeah, I remember this guy. Yeah, he's in fucking jail, but he's in jail because he's a dipshit. And don't brag to police about your marksmanship when you're being investigated for a self-defense homicide, okay? Don't do that. Anyways, unrelated. So this guy is named Bobby Burns. He ran a YouTube channel. And his career took a bit of a tumble because he started an OnlyFans career where he got fucked in the ass by black men. And if I remember correctly, he had like a girlfriend at the time, and it was like this big ordeal how he was cheating on his girlfriend with black men. Really disturbing stuff. However, this guy, Vivek, very proud of his boy, highly Christian content, got married. He stopped being an OnlyFans whore, getting fucked in the ass by black men, and got married to a woman. Now, I, being base, says it's really gross this faggot married a woman, because it is. That if a woman has AIDS, by the way, it's almost never a consequence of her sleeping around. It is almost always her boyfriend or husband is bisexual and secretly getting fucked in the ass by black men, and now she has AIDS. Number one reason women get AIDS is that their husband is cheating with men. So I say that's fucking gross, because it is fucking gross, and I'm right. However, it was revealed by investigations chat, which I can't show you in full resolution because that would be loading the Kiwi Farms, which is being DDoS attacked, that it's a man. It's a tranny. And Vect fell for it, which is why right now I'm going to have to rate him dumb. I think I'm on my... I can't rate him dumb because the site's down, chat. Unbelievable. Disgusting. Not as disgusting as getting fucked in the ass by a black man and then marrying a tranny, chat. Tragic. Next, Hassan Piker. Hassan says, I don't know what kind of fraud Somalis and daycares are doing, but I think it's a separate crime to try and storm in with a camera into a daycare with kids in it? Question mark. There were no kids in it, so therefore, no, it's not a crime to break and enter in Minnesota. Good luck, stalker child. He went on to further defend this. Nick Shirley responded by saying, haha, you would say something stupid like this. And then he says, people like this commie literally shock their dogs and complain about America 24/7. And when someone actually leaves the room to do something, wait for it, they then defend the criminals, which is true. Hassan replies and says, I traveled around the world and went to numerous protests, but since I wasn't trying to storm a children's facility with camera crews screaming, show me the children now, it doesn't count. There's a proper way to conduct a thorough investigation, and you botched it for clickbait. And then he has a back and forth. I don't know. I don't like Hassan. I think he's boring.
I started by visiting Quality Learning Center Daycare, so it is that.
It's actually Quality Learning Center. There's no N in the name. And they even printed the name out wrong on the sign, so it says Quality Learning Center.
I started by visiting Quality Learning Center Daycare, so it is that 14B, which sits right in the heart of downtown Minneapolis. Between 2019 and 2023, the Minnesota Department of Human Services found 95 violations at this location. They range from failure to keep hazardous items away from children to no records for 16 children, which include things like immunizations, emergency contacts, and medical needs.
Apparently, after this came out, the local news went to the daycares one by one, and surprise, there's like 1 million children like all over the place. It's just like completely stuffed full of children because the children exist. It's a community collaborative effort because Somalis and Indians are just scammers by genetic nature. So they just enlist their kids as going to this daycare center and they don't actually bring them there. So then they get the money for the kids, but then they don't actually have to pay for childcare services because they have stay-at-home, 3 wives per man, stay-at-home polycule relationship. So they don't need it anyways. And that's all paid for by tax dollars anyways. So, but then, there's a microscope on them. So it's like, oh, bring all the kids in and bring them to daycare for like a month and then it'll go away. Hassan posted a picture of him with his dog, apparently. The dog looks scared. He says he knitted a sweater for the shot collar at Lamau. He did. He put a nice little sweater over the shot collar. And he says, Merry Xmas, fuck Israel. Very Muslim-pilled. Okay. I have been told that I will read this Patrick Tomlinson tweet, or I will enjoy prison, but unfortunately for him, it may be physically impossible. Oh, I can. Patrick S. Tomlinson says, can't multiply by 0, stalker. Enjoy prison. Sci-Fi King says, you can actually. You're thinking of dividing by 0. It's no wonder your grades were so poor in school and that no one respects you as an adult. Patrick S. Tomlinson replies, wrong yet again, stalker. Enjoy prison. George Washington himself replies and says, you can't divide by 0, Patrick. You can multiply by 0, though. No wonder why you failed so badly in school. Patrick Tomlinson replies and says, no, stalker, you can't. That is why your life is already over, stalker. Enjoy prison. And then I think he replies to himself. It is. I don't know if there's another post there or if he's just replying to himself. Wait, no. Okay, the person I just read is a fake Patrick Tomlinson. It's hard to tell because of how low resolution this picture is. But Patrick Tomlinson replies to himself and says, an impersonation account says, This is why your life is already over. Enjoy Stalker." Wait. I've done this a million times and I still fuck it up. Stalker, enjoy prison. Okay, I have read this tweet. I hope you enjoyed. No, none of these are going to load. I did not have the foresight to preload them. So, Patrick had another slap fight with Brianna Wu again. Brianna Wu says, "It's not my opinion, it's the science. We radically expanded 10 years ago. I'm losing my rights. You're worried about your social clout. They add nothing. They don't raise money and don't vote. We've expanded what a woman is to a degree we literally have sex predators going into women's bathrooms. You're being lazy and cowardly, sacrificing people for clout." Patrick says, "It's not my social clout I give the slightest shit about. It's the clout, reach, and power of the LGBT community and its allies to preserve and expand their rights, which are under attack from far right-wing fascists who are only too happy to see the community shrink." Pajit S. Tomlinu replied to Brianna as well and said, "Wait, hold up. My mind is working overtime to try and conjure a new Vocaloid pack. Okay, give me a second. Remember the time?" No, I can't do it. The Indian speak is really punchy. Remember the time, but you can't do that with the slow voice. Where it's like, remember the time. How do you combine those two? They're polar opposites. Remember the time Stealthy Geek said you weren't trans enough for his liking or whatever? What a piece of shit. Oh, jeez. Okay, Brano actually replied to Pajit S. Tomlinu, and that sparked off a debate between the two of them, which I will now read. Brandon Wu says, "Yup." And Patrick says, "No, Brianna, you don't remember something I never said. And that is very obviously a sock puppet account run by one of the terrorists stalking and swatting my family." Brianna says, "I know, but you did go on to lecture me about opinions I wasn't allowed to have about myself. I drew a line and we stopped talking, which hurt. My civil rights are under attack. Your opinions are not about yourself, but the status and realness of other trans people. That is what I found objectionable. Yes, your civil rights are under attack, as those of everyone who identifies as trans, and I have never wavered in fighting for them." Brad says, "No, Patrick, you agree with the expansion of trans people. It's new. We've been for the same thing since 1979. It got me my rights. Non-binary is not transsexual. Neither are fetishistic cross-dressers. You want to say we're the same and silence me. I don't believe I've ever said NB is trans. However, you cast an incredibly wide net with the fetishistic cross-dressers label. A trans woman who elects against bottom surgery for whatever reason is still a trans woman." I agree with that, Pat. I love seeing two faggots fight each other. I agree with that, Patrick. I'm not a forced surgery gal. Not that I need answers to you. The point is that we had an argument and you were an asshole and stormed off. I defended you so many people in the sci-fi and back channel. It really upsets me. I didn't storm off. You demanded my silence on the issue. I was also hurt. Oh, he got hurt feelings over a fucking tranny, chat. Embarrassing, sad, pathetic. I was also hurt and upset by this, but I respected your wishes. I do not want you to lecture me on what opinions I can have about trans people. Don't do that. I am a transsexual. I will stand by my sisters, and that's my prerogative. Jeff interjects and says, "So you are a delusional man standing with women." Got it. Patrick S. Tomlin says, "You're not a part of this conversation, bigot." And then Brianna says, "At least he's responding. You're choosing not to." Oof, ouchie. Coward. Coward S. Tomlinson. You're a specific... He flipped it around. You specifically requested me not to. Again, you have specifically requested me thousands of times, Brianna, to stop replying to your tweets. Again. This is our disagreement. You seek to constrain who qualifies as trans, in your opinion, while I think that shrinks the size, clout, and political power of your community and its allies. I read that part. It's not my opinion, it's science. Okay, I read that part too. Fuck that. I want to see what this A log. Oh, I'll read the post by the A logs. Those are going to be funnier. So, Patrick S. Fanlinson says, why did you explicitly say that Brianna wasn't trans? Absolutely wild how dismissive you are of Brianna's trans identity. Like it's yours to dictate. Very creepy and very transphobic behavior. Patrick says, I didn't stalk her. These are your delusions again, created and maintained by the same mental illness, compelling you to obsessively commit felonies against my family. This is how you've chosen to end your life. Enjoy prison. And then once more, actual fluff guy, Patty Too Fat. Patty Too Fatty says, LBGT ally Patrick S. Tomlinson has advanced his onslaught by telling a trans woman that her thoughts on what trans women are harmful to her community. I am appalled at how Rick feels he is the one to dictate what is and what isn't. Patrick says, this is how you've chosen to end your life, stalker. Enjoy prison. Fascinating stuff. I mean, he's saying like this is how you've chosen to end your life, but he's the one that's fucking spending his time seething over all this shit. Okay. So now we're in the sector zone, and this is something that already happened. Everybody's already seen it, but it was one of the funniest things that happened in December, and so I would be pleased if I had actually downloaded it. Oh, please don't tell me I didn't download this one. I did. Oh, dude. Yeah. Look, chat. I'm so prepared that my tabs were open. All the images were prefetched. All the videos were downloaded. Every single one of them. And my site being DDoS attacked has not stopped my fucking content. Okay? I just want to say, you guys always give me such shit for not being prepared, but I fucking prepared, chat. Okay? I had 3 weeks this time, so. So the Hambly situation. The Hambly situation is getting crazy, chat. Also, my keyboard has a defect, and now the left arrow key randomly starts pressing all on its own for no reason. And you should subscribe to my Gumroad at matattheinternet.gumroad.com or matattheinternet.locals.com so I can buy a new keyboard. I need your help to afford a mechanical keyboard. Let me tell you what I did before I go into the Jeremy Hambly situation, which is crazy, chat. Thousands of years ago, I bought a ceramic keycap set for a keyboard called Serachi. I love how these look, and there were like nice typing ASMR videos that used them that I thought sounded really nice, so I bought them. I have never assembled a mechanical keyboard in my entire fucking life. So I've had these mechanical keycaps sitting in a box for literally like 3 years at this point, and I brought them across continents. I want to make my keyboard a reality. Don't let my memes be dreams, chat. If you are a mechanical keyboard expert, I would implore you, when my site is not dead and gay anymore, to go to the mechanical keyboard enthusiast site or thread and help me assemble a keyboard which will be aesthetic and pleasing to my ears and capable of actually holding up enormously heavy ceramic keycaps. Okay. And isn't too loud, though. It needs like a good actuation, but isn't too clickety-clackety, because that gets annoying. Anyways, the Hambly situation is crazy. I can't open it because my left mouse button is... There we go. Okay, I got it. So this is at the Turning Point USA convention, which was like already 3 weeks ago. So I'm way behind on this. And this is Hambly's booth. Now, supposedly, let me just say this right off the bat. I fucking despise Hambly's logo and branding. Since he doesn't like me anymore, I can say this. This icon is shit. This is like the most generic soy cuck fucking beard man. I have a beard, and that's my identity. I have seen at least 10 trillion Indian accounts while blocking them that have logos exactly like this. So I despise this fucking icon. However, as bad as that icon is, the other one is even worse. Now, how do I even describe this? So there's two things about this I despise. Number one, I don't know what the fuck it's actually supposed to be. I could be riffing off of this. I'm talking about the orange one. I could be riffing off of it and being like, oh, it looks like this, but clearly it's supposed to be something else. It just looks like... I have actually no fucking idea. Like, I have this blown up on a 4K monitor. I have no fucking idea what that's supposed to be. It's like the size of like a coaster for a drink and behind them, and I can't tell what the fuck it's supposed to be. It looks like Hambly eating a bowl of pasta 40 noodles at a time. He's not just eating like an entire spoonful of pasta is dragging across his beard and getting tomato paste in his scraggly fucking beard. That's what it looks like to me. So it looks terrible. However, it additionally looks terrible for a second reason. The first icon doesn't have eyes. The second one does. I'm not sure what that's supposed to represent. I don't know if that's supposed to be a different kind of icon or like a gamepad. But when I look at this and I see it, you know what it looks like to me? It looks like the compound eyes of a fly. You know how like a fly has like a disco ball eye and it's called a compound eye? It looks like the compound eyes of some kind of insectoid like a praying mantis. So we have a compound praying mantis eye, like a Jeremy Hambly fly that is vomiting and eating pasta noodles. And it is a viscerally horrific logo. And I'm not trying to like desperately clutch at something and say this is the worst logo. It's fucking bad. I don't know what the fuck it's supposed to be. I don't know why his eyes are fly eyes. It just looks really bad, okay? But so nobody's told him this. So he has printed it out onto a canvas, which is now behind him, as he sits next to Melanie Mac and Hannah Claire, okay? Then we get into the beef of this. If you don't watch PPP, if you do watch PPP, you're already sick to death of hearing about Hambly. But I got to lay groundwork for people who don't watch that shit. Hambly has become PPP's personal fascination over the last year. And it started with the coffee brand coffee shit. Because Jeremy did a cardinal sin. He did a very weird thing that many fat people like Boogie and Wings of Redemption do. And it's like a rich beggar where they come out and they say, I need your help. I need your support. And then they actually, if you press them and say like, haha, you're poor, will go, matter of fact, I got my whole life sorted out. I got millions of dollars and shit. But Hambly does it worse than all. He starts up a business. He says that it's under attack. He needs your help to make money. And then afterwards he says, actually, I make tons of fucking money. Well, it's like, well, why are you begging for help then? You're either making money because you're begging, which is not impressive, or you're lying to people when you ask for their help. So it just makes you look bad no matter what you're doing. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible thing to do. Either be humble and ask your fans for support or brag about your wealth and success. You can't do both. And if you try to do both, it's going to backfire. So immediately he committed this cardinal sin of Scrooge McDuck bragging, and it attracted the attention of Pay, who has now laid into him and found out this is actually a very common thing that he does. He asks for a lot of money and says that we're in danger, that might have to fire Hannah Claire. In case you don't know, Melanie Mac is the one in the middle, Hannah Claire is the one on the left, and threatens his employees with termination. Actually does fire one of his employees that worked with him for like a long ass time, right before Christmas, by the way. He let her go like early December, which is just the most fucking dick thing he could possibly do to a long-term employee, right? Like just her, like, the thing is that, it didn't even cross his mind. It didn't even cross his mind that he should have waited until the New Year's, because he's not considerate. He doesn't consider how people might think about shit. He only cares about himself. And that's also a reason why people will attack somebody and make fun of them and treat them like a little cow. So he goes on and on about that, while at the same time showing off that I think he had 21 different Rolex watches I don't know what the price range of a Rolex watch is, but I'm pretty sure it starts at like $20,000 for like an entry level Rolex watch, right? So even conservatively, you're talking about what, $500,000 of watches? It's preposterous. So, how about this? How about you sell your fucking Rolex watch collection to pay for your employee for another 2 or 3 years? Look, literally, how much does a reporter for Hambly's podcast make? Supposedly, Hannah Claire and Melanie Mack share like $125,000, but like it's $250 and they get $125 each, something like that. So it's like, okay, you sell your watch collection, you got their payroll for 2 years. Problem solved, right? If he gave a shit, but he doesn't. Then there has been allegations that he is inappropriate towards the both of them, because you have this big fat guy who doesn't give a shit about anything but himself. He's a man child, and he has 2 young women with him. And before, don't even fucking bother telling me that whatever the fuck, Melanie Mack is 36. I don't give a shit. Point is, he has 2 women that he's hiring. They're clearly not aged. They're clearly not people that you can. It's not grandma. Okay, it's not like you hired a 6-year-old nanny and you can trust that there's nothing going on there. It's like you have 2 women who are conventionally attractive, who are in his employ, and who have to make appearances with him. And there's been allegations that he's just trying to get into Melanie Mack's pants. Then he goes into person, and I'll just allow this clip to play itself out, okay? Now that I've laid the foundation.
Yeah. Melanie and I will be watching the football game tonight, and Hannah Claire will probably be going somewhere family orientated.
I can't watch football with you guys? You can. Wow. I would love that.
Oh, yeah, that would be
wow,
fun.
thanks, Melanie. I would love it.
Yeah.
We just didn't know if you wanted to, but I would love it. I'm great at watching sports, and by that I mean I'm solidly okay.
Well, yeah, well, we got to figure out where we're going to go. I have a dinner place I want to go, but I got to call.
Okay.
This is one of the best videos ever published on the Kiwi Farms. Second by second, this 30-second long clip it's not even 30 seconds. It's 25 seconds of pure gold, frame by fucking frame. This is one of the most amazing things that's ever been put online. Let's one more time. Now that you've seen it, watch it one more time with me.
Yeah. Melanie and I will be watching the football game tonight, and Hannah Claire will probably be going somewhere family orientated.
I can't watch football with you guys? You can. Wow. I would love that.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun.
Wow, thanks, Melanie. I would love it.
Yeah.
We just didn't know if you wanted to, but I would love it. I'm great at watching sports, and by that I mean I'm solidly okay.
Well, yeah, well, we got to figure out where we're going to go. I have a dinner place I want to go, but I got to call.
Okay.
Hannah Claire constantly looks in fear for her life. She just has like that anxiety personality where she just constantly looks like she's in terrible fear for her life at every given moment. And it's just like the way I don't know if it's her face or what, but it makes everything funnier. Okay, so we're going to mute this now and we're going to go by just video. So we have a casual moment, right? And actually, you need some audio so I can tell what's going on.
Yeah. Melanie and I will be watching the football game tonight.
Okay. So already, like he didn't even get to finish that sentence, right? Let's take it back. He starts talking.
Melanie and I will be...
Melanie and I. Now, it takes approximately 300 milliseconds for a human brain to hear a word and start responding to that word. He has just said Melanie and I. Next frames.
Watching the football.
She looks over to her left. Hannah Claire is obviously very, very aware that Melanie Mack does not like Jeremy and does not want to be in a relationship with Jeremy. She hears just the words Melanie and I. And already it's like that. I've never played this game, but it's a meme. When Snake in the Metal Gear games gets seen, the guy gets like a exclamation point over his head and there's like a sound cue. It's like that. Okay. She has been alerted that there is a problem because the words Melanie and I have just been uttered from Jeremy's mouth. So she immediately looks over to her left, which is a strong move. This is a profoundly like she is paying attention, and she has turned her head so she can now see Hambly and Melanie. Now you can see Melanie has heard Melanie and I, and she has responded to these words with the same kind of emotion that you would expect from an ISIS prisoner listening to their captor babble some shit in Arabic. Okay, she is resigned to this fate already. However, Jeremy has committed a serious issue. He has announced this plan. So Now it can be intervened in.
Game tonight, and
Melanie confirms. Yes. She says, oh, look at that. Look at that face of suspicion, apprehension, and concern. That's she can't never play poker, Hannah Claire. Your face cannot possibly hide a single thing that you're thinking. Melanie Mack is now subtly looking over her shoulder to look at Hannah Claire so that they can engage femoid communication layers. This is a protocol that exists. It's kind of like TCP/IP, but it's for femoid brains. Okay, they're going to have to do a psychic handshake to begin exchanging information on this communication layer. Okay.
Claire will probably.
Now she's done the handshake. They've made eye contact. Check out her lips. Okay, just look at Melanie Mack's lips.
Claire will probably be going.
She literally mouths, "Help me." So this is the first thing that she wants Hannah Claire to know is that there is a fucking problem here and she needs help. Now, these are both women in their 30s. They're not nubile. They've been around the block and they understand how these things go. They understand how the manoids, the scrotes, will attempt to segregate them away from each other for the purposes of sexual impositions. Okay. So Hannah Claire, Melanie Mack, they are now communicating. She knows that Melanie Mack is going to be with her, and she was surprised. Like, oh, is there something going on? I don't know. But Melanie Mack is now confirming here with this direct eye contact, "Help me! Help!" So now Hannah Claire, using her experience whammon, I don't know what to say. Using her whammon experience, just flip those words around, is going to know exactly what to do to defuse this bomb.
Somewhere family orientated.
Now, he has said you weren't invited. He realized, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have said that. I got to explain why Hannah Claire was not invited. Oh, you got your kid with you. You're going to be doing something with your kid. Hannah, immediately.
I can't watch football with you guys? You can. I would.
Now, she opens up. I can't watch football with you. Melanie Mack says, you sure as fuck can. You sure can. Why don't you come along if you're not doing anything, Hannah Claire?
Love that.
Oh, yeah.
I would love that, actually. And she smiles. The handshake, the connection here, the fem IP connection severed, smile at the end. Okay. Mission accomplished. Message received.
Wow, thanks, Melanie. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Hannah riffs on him, condemns him, explains that this was unacceptable. Now watch Hambly.
We just didn't know if you wanted to, but I would love it. Great.
Melanie confirming, yeah, this is now a mod. I have altered the plans. Pray I don't alter them any further. Actually, matter of fact, Hannah Claire and her entire family will be coming along.
I hated watching sports, and by that I mean I'm solidly okay.
Watch his face.
Well, yeah, well, we got to figure out where we're going to go. I have a dinner place I want to go, but I got to call.
So now he explains that actually it was dinner. It wasn't even a football game, but now I have to modify my reservations.
Okay.
Oh, it cuts out early. It goes on, actually. There's he does like a proper fucking, actually, did we pass the eye roll? Yeah, there it is.
Just didn't know if you. Yeah, I would love that.
Oh, yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah, that would be
Wow, thanks, Melanie.
That would be fun. He says that would be fun, like he's taking medicine.
You can. I would love that.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Wow, thanks, Melanie.
He literally says that would be fun and rolls his fucking eyes, looking away so they can't see it. It's just amazing. It's literally every second has something you can pick apart. The subtlety, the nuance, the body language, all three characters. So it's like to the power of 3, X to the power of 3. There are 3 different actors engaged in second by second body language theatrics to the power of 3, interplaying with each other, off each other, independently. Fantastic. So I tweeted this out on Zitter, and I said, I zoomed in on the help me, and he took issue with that. Where's my post at? Uh-oh, do I not have my post? I may not have the post. This is going to be lazy loaded stuff. Ah, jeez, dude. Failed. I botched it. I didn't download everything like I said I had. And I'm not going to be able to pull it up either because he deleted it. Maybe on this one. Okay, I don't think so. I think I fucked it up. The one thing I forgot to download. God damn it. Maybe the site's not dead anymore? It's dead. Oh, wow. Okay, let me pull up the tweet. So Hambly basically just sent a message saying that he was displeased that I had posted this message on Zitter portraying him in a negative light, and explicitly said that he had defended the Kiwi Farms, and therefore he was upset that I would take shots at him and not return the favor, which is I replied to, because that is a preposterous statement. I found the original. I don't have the I think actually people were smart enough to screen cap. Yes, they were. Okay. It's a bad banner down here. I actually pulled up the original. So the original, the Quartering invites Melanie Mac over to watch football, and that's the exact video that we watched with the zoom in on the Help Me. Quartering says, we're both huge fans of football and watch the game. Why are you losers this desperate for content? Oh, by the way, Hannah Claire's baby watched the Packers game with us too, parentheses, scandal. I've defended the Farms for years at Josh. Why cause these problems like this? Or why try to cause problems like this? So I was invited to respond. The Grim Reaper was invited. And I did respond. So I'm not like, I'm really riffing on him now, but it's because this is after this shit. And it's, I'm trying to be nice to him. So this is me trying, this is as close to nice as I possibly get. I know I am a huge asshole. I have negative riz. Every person I speak to by default hates me automatically, and I have to work back from that. I have never created a positive first impression on a single person my entire life. So this is as good as it gets for me. This is me, like Fallout New Vegas. I've drank the drink. I've taken the drugs. I've read the magazine for Riz, and I've got my charisma up to a respectable 2. And this is what I can manage. Okay. I appreciate the support. It is not easy to defend the Kiwi Farms because ultimately it cannot return favors. I do not dislike you, so I hope you take this to heart. The Keno Casino and the Kiwi Farms are not, quote, causing problems. Its attention is a symptom of underlying problems. You cannot plead poverty and then brag about having a collection of Rolex watches. You cannot threaten to terminate your employees and then brag about your lifestyle. I actually didn't even know when I wrote this that he had already fired that woman and did so right before Christmas. You can't beg people to bail out your coffee company because you're, quote, under attack by leftists and then show off charts boasting about your Boku bucks. It is unacceptable and it inspires hatred from normal people. You can't be on the right wing with a sick wife and then act inappropriately around 2 young women. And I forgot to even mention that his wife is like seriously ill. I don't know exactly what's wrong with her, but that's been brought up several times. So while he's doing this, he's got a wife already that he hasn't had kids with, and I think there's a conspiracy that he's the one who has reproductive issues because no, it's not even a conspiracy. He talked about how he has really shitty swimmers, but on stream he's been saying it's his wife that can't get pregnant for years. So he's the one with fertility issues, probably because he's a chronic masturbator, and he's been gaslighting his wife to think it's her fault for like a decade at this point. Meanwhile, don't even bother trying to defend it. The awkward tension between the 3 of you is obvious to absolutely everyone, and I have seen at least an hour of very bizarre interactions just like this. These small mistakes, and this is really important for people to realize when they go online, these small mistakes permanently alter how people perceive you, and they compound on each other until people just hate you. They won't even know precisely why, they just will. You cannot fix this by explaining it away. It is a gut instinct. I have been around for 13 years, 13 February, chat. I've seen careers come and go, and I can see a train wreck about a year before it happens. I hope you can take my word. So, this is the situation. This was my warning shot. And I do mean it. Just know I mean it. And that's basically the summary of the Hambly situation as far as I kept up with it. Apparently, the return of the Mac 10 is like the godfather of the Hambly thread on the Kiwi Farm. So every single one of his posts basically gets postmarked and highlighted as being the best thing ever made. Because I don't know how Hambly spurned the return of the mac and cheese, but he's got it out for him. He's got his Mac 10 out, okay? And that's it for that. Next, Frogan cries about being poor.
And Twitch streaming sucks. I fucking hate it. It's been bad for a few months.
Yeah, but just have fun with it. Like if you have fun with it, it doesn't matter. Forget about the money. Just have fun.
It's my job though. I have to focus on the fucking money.
I know you do, but that's unfortunately like you can't control the money. You can only control the content. You know, like you can't control how much money people give you. That's not going to be something you can control. You can just control on how much fun you have, and then hopefully the money will come. You know.
I guess.
No. It's like when honestly, like you can't control it. People are hurting right now. It's not a great time for anyone to like be giving discretionary funds. So if you just have fun, like you're gonna make money. Like do your fun stuff. I love when I see you. I was just fucking with you, but I really do like when you do like silly stuff. You're really funny at that stuff. Like the Joker thing that we did together, that was hilarious.
Why is her goal $10,000 a month?
Nobody wants you back.
Everybody
Finish your fucking YouTube video first before you come back to stream.
I got yelled at today by my editor. He was gonna text you. He was so mad at me. I was like, I'm sorry.
Why?
I got really yelled at. Like I got fucking. He threatened to quit.
Why?
Because I kept changing it. He was like, if I have to edit this one more time, I'm fucking stopping. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
You know, if your goal for subscribers is 2,000 and you're at 189, you should probably make it 200 and try to get that first and then bump it up to like 250. That's what most people do, right? Like they have a reasonable goal and they just keep increasing it as things go along. Like if you say like I'm at 189 and at 2,000 subscribers, like nobody's going to subscribe. It makes you look like a loser. Was the thought. She then went onto Twitter to defend being poor. She says, I don't need a YouTube financial advisor to try and degrade me. Oh, what's his face? Hammer offered to talk to her. I don't need a financial advisor to try and degrade me for content since that's what's popular. Let me clear a few things up. I wasn't crying to my audience for money. I had a normal reaction to when a friend said, what a friend said when they called in. People sit in my chat and screen record the entire thing. Clipping is turned off on my channel solely to hate watch and post clips out of context. And I'm allowed to have feelings about my own life and the community I built. A community of 189 people, apparently. I have loved streaming for years and wouldn't be doing it if there weren't so many positives. But after being harassed, targeted, and dogpiled across every space of the lowercase I internet, which won for over 2 years now, I think my attitude towards streaming should be expected. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it is my primary source of income. What? Okay, hold up. Calculator, help me out here. 189 times 5 divided by 2. That's $475, Frogan. Frogan, your primary source of income in Los Angeles is $475. Maybe you should get a fucking job at this point. How about that? I'd be crying too. I think my attitude towards streaming should be expected. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I already did that. I made no ad revenue anymore, and I haven't for over a year because Twitch took it away from me when I was wrongfully banned. It was a huge part of my income, and now I solely rely on subscribers. Oh my god. I was even thinking to my head, like, I'm overblowing that a little bit. She probably gets ad revs. She gets super chats and shit. No. It was a huge part of my income, and now I solely rely on subscribers on Twitch, which is more unpredictable. I'm actively working on diversifying my content across different platforms. Look, here's the thing. Like, when you look at people and their faces and like their icons and shit, like that's a huge part of your brand is like how you present yourself, right? And like you look at like this guy has a brand. You see this guy's picture, he like stands out to you and shit. And you know, like if I showed you Charlie, you would immediately recognize Charlie. If I showed you Sam Hyde, you would literally never ever confuse Sam Hyde with somebody else. If I show you a fat bitch in a hijab, it'll take you like a moment to think, oh, is that Chantal or is that Frogan? Like even with a sample size of like 3 fat women that I talk about more often than not, you need to stop and think, who the fuck is this? Because she looks like every other Muslim. So that's your first problem, is that you're dressed in a hijab and you have no branding. Like, who the fuck? It's just so depressing. You know what I mean? It's so depressing to even see a bitch in a fucking hijab because it looks like a fucking carpet. So imagine seeing this thumbnail. Like you get, you know what YouTube face is, where it's like Mr. Beast and shit, all like gawk at the camera and like mug at it, and that's like the YouTube face. Like, imagine seeing a thumbnail with Frogan gawking at the camera in her fucking hijab. Would you ever click that video? Would you ever be able to recognize her from the infinity trillion Muslim women out there that also wear a hijab? Unless they're black or some shit, you probably can't tell them apart. So it's just like, you're never going to make it. You have no branding. Anyways. I'm shifting my talents to behind the scenes production. Yeah, go behind the scenes, Muslim woman. Go behind the scenes where you belong. For other content creators, so I can have more revenue streams. If I am suddenly not getting the subscribers I have been getting for years, on top of no ad rev, I'm obviously going to struggle. The platform has also been seeing a steady decline of spending, and many other long-term full-time streamers are feeling it as well, especially in the last few months. I am not struggling due to my poor budgeting or frivolous spending. Money is tight in a lot of industries right now. So no, I will not be coming onto your show. I have seen your content and it doesn't align with what I'm experiencing. As a fellow content creator, I mean, you just know that he would tell her to get a fucking job. Your business is a failure. You cannot rely on this as full-time income. You have to go part-time again. I hope you understand how the complexities of this career path can affect someone's financial situation and how it has no place to be discussed on your show, but please don't stop yourself from donating to the charity on my behalf. Okay. I'm curious now. Frogan. She has no VODs at all? So, I was literally about to open this. Oh my God, that thumbnail. Holy shit. Okay. Financial audit with Josh Hammerstein. First thing, I'm looking over your financials. They're fucked. You're completely fucked. You should probably get a part-time job at least. Second thing, your branding sucks. I can't tell who the fuck you are because you got that fucking rag on you. It looks terrible. Third, this icon is fucking horrifying. Nobody ever is going to watch that shit. I'm just telling you straight up. Thanks for watching. Okay. Feel free to like, subscribe, click the bell for more financial audits. I can't even, like, she's so afraid of getting clipped because her dumbass fucking mouth runs constantly and says the dumbest shit possible that she can't have VODs on. So it's like, I come over here and I'm like, okay, let's see what her content's like. And I can't do it because she doesn't have any content. How the fuck are you going to build like a audience when I can't even watch your shit? And then her last video was 8 months ago. I'm diversifying my content to other platforms. Your last video is a retaliation against Ethan Klein. Oh, she's trying to do TikTok. How I, as a Muslim, do my makeup? Okay, let's see it. OOTD for a Christmas party. Things I Raf and have put up our butts.
Things Raph and I have put up our butts. Me, nothing.
A camera, a couple books to read, my phone.
Is that her husband? I didn't even know that there was such a thing as like a Pakistani soy boy. Have you ever seen a Pakistani soy boy before?
Pencils, paper, a copy of Mad Magazine, a sponge.
Look at those hands. This guy's a faggot. You're a faggot, bro. You're fucking gay.
Those little hooks you put on the shower when you're hanging up the curtain. The you know those like things you like put like dirt, like ashes in? One of those.
An urn?
Yeah, one of those. And
Whose urn?
You put an urn up his butt. So you have like a Pakistani soy boy on TikTok saying that he's shoving an urn up his ass, and she thinks that this is the diversified content that she needs. Sorry, in order to save her channel. Okay. Sorry, I had to take care of something. None of these even look interesting. Like, I'm trying to make fun of her, and there's like, what the fuck is this shit? What's her most popular video? Is there some way to see that? Okay, this got 2 million likes, so this better be fucking good.
You left your fucking hijab here, and I never want to see that again. Get
Well,
it out of my house.
Why was my hijab off my head?
Because you showed everyone your hair for a couple bucks.
You signed an NDA.
I don't care. I am going to tell everyone that behind the scenes, you're a non-hijabi. You left your fucking hijab here, and I never want to see that.
How did this get 2 million likes?
Again.
Or views or whatever the fuck? Oh my god, this is like the most insipid bullshit fucking ever. That's terrible. Give up. You suck. You're terrible. Your content's fucking garbage. You have no future. You have no future doing this. I'm letting you know right now, you don't have the creative intelligence required to undertake what you're trying to undertake, okay? That's fascinating. Next, we got Ethan Ralph. So Ethan Ralph went on DSP's show for a very rare interview. Literally nothing of interest happened. There's nothing to show you in regards to this, okay? Next. This is Ralph proclaiming to the world that he wants to die. And this is 833-7965. Uh-oh, I think this is the first one I don't actually have. Oh, I got it. Of course I got it.
I want the attacks. I'm going to take you on. Because you work for the deep state and the Democratic Party and the CIA and MI6. And I see your ass.
Die live on air, motherfucker!
This ain't my first rodeo.
No,
and I
it's
gotta
not
focus.
my
I
first
focus so much on the big
rodeo
players.
either.
I focus on the little foxes that spoil the grapes.
Let's go!
Oh, look at this. So I go spend days burrowing into this stuff and find out it's all a lie. And I come out and say,
let's fucking go. He wants to fucking die. Let's fucking die, chat. Let's fucking die. Okay. Perfect. Amazing. I think actually, I didn't even see these, but people were responding to Ralph on Zitter. I don't know if I'm blocked by him or something, but apparently Ralph was like gloating to me that he was not dead. So Ralph's entire reason for existence at this point in time is that he's not dying. That's his goal, is to not die. So the bar is pretty fucking low for Ralph. And it's hard to imagine where he's going from here, because he's just screaming at this point on Kick or Rumble or the fuck. Let's fucking die. So, cool. Oh, and then there's a new Gunt song. This is this song, I'm pretty sure, is not like a cut up of lyrics like he used to do. I'm pretty sure what he's done with this one is rap in his ordinary voice, because MC Jarbo actually raps, and there's several songs he's put out where he's rapping. He does a pretty good job. But it's like AI covered of his own music, so it has it sounds like it has his cadence, but it sounds like Ralph. But I will be playing that for the outro song, in case you're curious. Okay. Actually, that's it. I do have the Reddit segment, though. I don't have that pulled up. Ah, jeez. I think that my Reddit segment is just content from Reddit, so I don't have to worry about that too much. Yeah, okay. It is. Okay, so this requires your full attention, chat, to fully understand. We're going to take a look here. This is in our Photoshop request. Not usually my hunting ground for content, but somebody posted this on my profile directly on the forum. Rest in peace. And I took a look at it, and I couldn't figure out what he was trying to point out to me. So this is Arcto Idea saying, want to replace person on the right for $15. He says, so this is a weird request. I'm wanting to replace the face, hair, and chest tattoo of the person on the right pic. One with the person in the next, with one, or with the person in the next 4 pics. with a close up of the face, hair, tattoos. So here's what I think is happening. Okay, he says that he wants to replace the person in this picture with his current partner. Actually, don't read that. Okay, so this is the original picture. Okay, check it out. This is the original picture, and that's who he wants to replace it with. He wants to replace this woman that he's having a beer with this really ugly guy, I guess. That's the hair regular. It's two. That's the chest tattoo. Completely different chest tattoo. Let's take a look here. It's like, okay, so he wants. That's weird. So, okay, maybe he's dating a tranny or something. No, that is himself. He is skinwalking his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. He says it's his still partner, but it could be his ex. He's skinwalking her, and he wants to replace her in photographs with a trans version of himself and the old version along next to the old version of himself before he turned out. So he's skinwalking his partner or ex-partner and is photoshopping her out of pictures with him with his current tranny Sona. Is that not the most fucking horrific thing? It's scary. Like there's lots of like the tunnel tranny is scary, but this is like scary on like a deeper psychological level of just like general unwellness and creepy crawly feelings. Chat. It's very crazy. And somebody did it, by the way. $15 is $15. Chat. Reddit's got you. And that's it. Now we're done. Okay. Thank you for watching. It is extremely hot in my room, so I'm going to start dying if I don't get the fuck out of here. Let's do the super berries. Thank you, everybody, of course, for watching, and everybody who gave a super berry. Appreciate it very much. Oh, by the way, the XMR chat works, in case you didn't know. Worski's prosthetic breast for 10 says, may the year 2026 be fruitful and lulzy. Josh Moon 1, Godspeed, my nigga, Josh Moon. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Indomitable for 2 says, every stream every day of 2026. I can't wait for the next 363 streams this year. Yeah, you fucking wish, bro. This is already kicking my ass. I'm going to be real with you. Dark Western for 5 says, let's see a double scatter of bullets to make up for last time. How about it? Happy New Year. Okay, I can do that. He's upset that I didn't give him his I wish I could like shake the box and shake them all at once or something, but I can't do that. I can pop them off like that though. Pew pew pew. Ballistic characteristic for 20 says, adding on the pile of well-deserved compliments for how excellent the page for locale of the year turned out. Great work. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm glad everyone liked it. Bussy Buffet subscribed. Thank you. Ratlord111 for 10 says, happy New Year, Noel. Better not eat oysters. Boy, I'm going to be eating some fucking oysters. Mark my words. Thank you. Kiwi Friend for $100 says, hey, Jersh, welcome back and happy New Year. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Glad to be back. I missed doing my therapy. Unadvised for 5 says, cheese fact of the week. The word cheese comes from the Latin caseus. In early English, this became case, and in the Middle Ages, cheese, and then leading back to the cheese we know today. Very fascinating. Thank you. Unkind Naysayer for 2 says, it drives me insane that libs aren't more angry about the Somali fraud. Imagine how much legitimate welfare could have been paid out that was freely given to these fucking retarded leeches. You have to remember that the purpose of a system is what it does. The Democratic Party is about getting as many illegal, strange foreign people into the country, making them legalized eventually with full rights and citizenship, and then bilking the taxpayer for everything it's fucking worth. Why is it like that? I don't know, but that's what it wants to do. Bunker Housing for 5 says, woohoo, more content. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you. Citrus Addict for 1 says, remember when working to destroy a country was considered to be treason? FDR remembers. He got a lot of time to think about it while falling down infinite burning stairs. We can only hope so. Sneedle D and Sneedle Dumb for 2 says, Leighton Gay, but you never heard XQC talk. I thought of this. And there's a YouTube link, but you should know by now. YouTube links, videos, $10. Otherwise, I'd never get through Super Chats. But thank you. I don't think I ever heard him speak before. I don't know. He's very forgettable. C. Benjamin for 10 says, "Hey Josh, please give my hit show The Black Dragon Experience, produced by my friends at BuzzFeed Media, a watch." No. Sorry, I will not. Thank you. Generic username and password for 1 says, "I was fired the same week as Christmas from a bullshit remote office job. What career field do you recommend in 2026? I know nothing of coding or maths." I don't know. I think the country's in fucking free fall, buddy. Take up gardening, I guess. Go into ag. Become a politician. Run for SEC in Ohio. Bussy Buffet for 20 says, "I keep using Sneed as the invite code when registering for a Kiwi Farms account, but it's not working. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong, but Happy New Year anyway. Try sending an email, buddy. Thank you." Care04 for 5 says, "Josh, I think your Ohio plan has a shot at working, and the people in power won't stop it to move it, or won't move to stop it until it's too late." I don't know. We'll see. I would like it to work. I might have to incorporate a thing for it, though. I don't know what the legality is. I have to talk to Harden. N-word enjoyer for 5 says, "Ask not why the government burdens you. Ask why you're not burdening the government." That is so fucking true. I wish I could bilk more money from the government because I'm paying taxes and that's fucking gay. Citrus Addict for 1 says, "Normie doctors and techs here now openly, casually discussing how they hate Jeets and Somalis, laughing about their low IQ and calling them hard R retards. It's glorious. You should always encourage them and applaud their efforts. And if anyone asks if they said anything, just deny it. Just lie. Everyone has to be more comfortable with lying to people's fucking faces. Like, if it's like an ethnic thing like that, like, did you hear anything about Dr. Smith saying something nasty about Dr. Dillon? Just say, nah, man. I said, he loves Dr. Dillon, man. He loves that fucking curry stank on him. You just gotta lie. Just lie more. Lie to people who hate you. If people hate you, just fucking lie in deceit and treachery around them. TB Deluxe for 5 says, "2026 is going to be hard on politisburging. That's a positive change. Become the smoked oyster inside the GOP bowels." I don't think it made it to the bowels, but yeah, we will try. Citrus Act for 1 says, "Between that and Trump getting reelected specifically to sweep up the spics, is nature healing?" Yes. Citrus Act for 1 says, "And before I forget, is there a full explanation on that on the website about the poop roach from Morrowind? The people legit need to know. They literally have no concept of morals." No, it's about Indians, bro. Ace of Sneeds for 2 says, "You have a lot of schizos at your beck and call, Josh. You can make all this stuff much easier with a little bit of harder fed posting." Maybe. Crispy Legs Forever for 10 says, "Happy actual Friday." Yes, thank you. Apparently that was not like a joke. And he actually did think it was Friday yesterday because I was streaming. But it was a Thursday, matter of fact. Sinistani for 1 says, "The Appalachians were primarily settled by Scotch-Irish who fled to the Ireland in the 17th century due to regional instability. Bongs and Krauts, proper Irish mainly settled in the big cities." That's not entirely true. There's definitely a lot of Irish heritage in the mountains based off the graphs I have seen. Humble Guardsman for 1 says, "You forgot to mention that Mohammedans went to castrate and sodomize your sons too." It's true, they do. That's what they did in the Baltics. If you want to know exactly what's going to happen if there's a Muslim takeover, look at what happened in the Baltics. They literally raped and murdered every single person in Albania and imported their savages from the mainland into Albania to make it an inhospitable shithole. And then they basically took all the little boys in Bulgaria and Greece and Serbia, and they castrated them and turned them into sex slaves for the Sultan of buttfuck. And that's what they will do again if you are not able to reject them and evict them from the country. Muslims are just completely incompatible with any civilized society. There's not a single civilized society in this world that is Muslim. The Chinese aren't Muslim. The Japanese aren't Muslim. The West is not Muslim. And any place that is Muslim is shittier. And the best places in that are Arabic or that are Muslim are barely Muslim. Like Turkey. Like, Turkey is like one of the most livable Muslim countries. They're not Muslim. Indonesia is barely Muslim. Malaysia is barely Muslim. Like, they're the less Muslim a country is, the better off it is. Now, Kurt Eichenwald, Anime Masturbator for 10 says, "Glorious Kiwi Emperor, 2 streams in a row, and you spoil us." I do. I truly do. Thank you. Gypsy Harlow for 5 says, "So voot harder like we've been doing and hope things are..." This is the thing. You've not vooted harder. Have you, like I said, have you ever Have you ever in your life participated in a local election? Do you know how the GOP is constructed in your state? The state central committee that I talked about is Ohio only. What's the name of your GOP apparatus in your state? Do you even know the state by which they elect a chairman to run the party in your state? Do you know the name of it? You don't. So don't say like, oh, we tried this for 50 years. Your mother didn't fucking vote. Your grandfather probably didn't fucking vote. None of them fucking vote. If they voted, they came out for the election and they went Democrat or Republican down the ballot for the people they already had picked out when it was too fucking late to do anything about it. So yeah, if you're like absent-minded and not paying attention to shit, you're going to get whatever they serve up to you. Why are you surprised? Yeah. The people you're telling us now failing us at almost every turn. Yeah. No, not them. You have to nominate new people. You have to replace the incumbents. That's the whole point. That's why you vote. That's why you go out and you actually like canvass for shit. You learn who's not just who's. I always say you should figure out who your council members are of your county. Who runs your county GOP party? Go figure that one out. Go find his fucking Facebook page. The guy who runs your county level, not your state level, your county level GOP party. You don't know who that is. You don't know who the fuck that is. You have to go find out. If you want to hold him accountable, if you want to hold anybody accountable, you have to actually know who the fuck these people are. I guarantee you've not made an informed decision on your fucking county level GOP chairman. Untermensch, no for 2 says, how did you learn German? Combination of apps and music and looking shit up. I don't really know German. I pretend to. M.A. Mihalik for 5 says, rule 1 of a business partnership, always retain 51% of the ownership. I mean, even when they do deals with Pfizer and shit, they have them like a stake in the company, but they're still gambling with their money. And if they lose their money, it doesn't matter if you own 51%, you still lose it. Indomitable for 5 says, here's the GOP of North Carolina. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I forgot about this. They're running some fucking Muslim bitch in North Carolina. But the thing is that anybody is allowed to do this. Anybody is allowed. She was allowed to go out and get register as a Republican and nominate herself with 5 signatures. So if you want to stop this, you actually have to be present to vote against her. Because she can change her name to like Tom Smith and run on the Republican ticket. You actually have to know what the fuck you're doing. Humble Guardsman for 1 says, Josh is unironically voting. Move on to the next one, boys. This buck is broken. Nita Stanley for 1 says, I cloned an army of red rums to wipe Wi-Fi off the face of the planet. Pimpy, sun up, master rays. Blood Skull will have your fucking throat, buddy. Peen Wienerstein for 10 says, all that hard work I put in for Tucker Carlson to interview a few people that question Israel a little, and he steals what should be mine. It should have been me, not him. Sorry, buddy. There's always next year. Always this year. You can be anti-Semite of the year. Thank you. Brella Furman for 1 says, nothing. Thank you. Peen Wienerstein for 5 says, the funniest thing about the fraud is that they aren't even pretending to be real businesses. Salaries, I guess, from the Sopranos. No, I don't know that name. From the Sopranos, still sold meat. Asian massage parlors will give you a massage without a happy ending. It's true. But that would require effort. Kiwi Friend for 2 says, it isn't cold here in Minnesota all year round, Jersh. Should be. Umpty Madu for 1 says, Imoto actually means younger sister Josh. It's incest shit. Oh, that's good to know. I'm very pleased by this. Breadwash for 5 says, thank you so much for streaming today. I need it for dealing with the thousands of these entitled, spoiled, shitty boomers who waited until the last minute to file their property tax exemptions today. Fuck them. Throw them in the trash. Sneedo for 1 says, Josh wants to run over cunny pedophiles with a pickup truck. As a matter of fact, that sounds about right. Baldo Pagans for 10 says, I'm glad even this year's Julia's got a lot of effort put into them. Maybe next year it can be even bigger. Maybe have a gala. Maybe it can be held at Scenic Jim's driveway. That's a perfect place to have an event. Maybe we can raise a Somali flag over Jim's driveway. Thank you. Cena Stanley for 1 says, remove the 19th Amendment from the Magna Carta or something. I don't know. I'm not a bong. You mean the Magna Charta? The Magna Scata? Where a bunch of British people took a giant shit and now they worship it? I think so. I think you can remove anything you want from that. Doesn't matter. I think the entire Magna Carta is like completely obsolete except for like a few things about London at this point. Baldo Pagans for 5 says, why didn't London just hire the OnlyFans Jeet you talked about a while back to handle her girlfriend experience chats? My good Sar, I'm just a helpless little girl, Sar. That would require too much business sense, I guess. Thank you. Citrus Egg for one says, absolutely everything wrong with men they project onto women, even with pick-me caters. It's not enough. Man, I wonder why 60% of young men are considered undateable. They always are. 50% of men reproduce. The other half don't. 80% of women reproduce. Now, you can say whatever you want about women in regards to that statistic, but it's true. 80% of women, 50% of men. 50% of men are not going to make it. That's just how it is. Unkind Naysayer for 2 says, the real N-word is Nazi and will becoming more offensive to say than neighbor in our lifetimes. Hit the hopium. I don't think so. I think that's happening. Tech Controller for 20 says, hey, there's 2 things. Do users got to ping you to get voting rights? Second, in response to your question about the N-word, yes, if you want to vote and you're like a lurker, if you have like a multiple-year-old account, you can make a post in the thread and I'll give you permission. Okay, this clip better be fucking funny, bro.
Blackest brother in the galaxy, Nubian god.
What's a Nubian?
Shut the fuck up. Now, Vader, he's a spiritual brother down with
A Nubian. It's like an Egyptian, right? A Nubian. Scan lines for one says trannies yearn for the miners. That's funny. Indomitable for one says, remember the tunnel tranny also identifies as Indian. Are you fucking kidding me? Like a dot or feather. Ace of Sneeds for 2 says the Tonka truck excavation guy doesn't outsource to Mexicans. I don't know who that guy is. Sorry. I haven't seen him. Unkind Naysayer for 2 says the tunnel troon is like the NPC in a game where you visit the home. He's the wife and then you visit the mine and he's the miner. It's slowly revealed every NPC in the town with different outfit. I don't know what the fuck game you're playing, buddy, but I've never heard of that. The lowercase L Linternet for 20 says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. Here's another year of the best show on the internet. The one with the lowercase L. The Linternet, I suppose. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Pete Wienerstein for 5 says, at work, Null begins to stream. I check farm, look for funny BMG clip. DDoS attack, Null streaming so no fix. Site is kill. No. I do be like that. I have to finish up and get out of here so I can fix this. Sweet. Sneedo for one says, hope all the APAC boomers and every Palestinian Zoomer troon suffers. They will. They will. Mouse Cop 5 for 5 says, in the pipe 5 by 5. Thank you. RCRA69 for $100 says, Happy New Year's, dear Kiwi Senior. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Happy New Year's. Or as I should say, because apparently I know German. It's is it Gute Rush? Guten Rush? Something like that. There's like 97 different ways to conjugate that. Thank you. Kiwi Friend for 2 says, send me a mechanical keyboard for your only hope for a future. Thank you. Sneedo for 1 says, his Ukrainian keyboard is under attack by the left. Whoa, but it's true. I need to be bailed out. Help me out here. Sneedo for 1 says, PPP wants Hambly to go on financial audit with Caleb Hammer. Also, did you see that Caleb Hammer invited iDubbbz on the show, but Han the Lolicon Jenny blocked Caleb on Twitch? No, I did not see that. Mizo Sal Pinks for 10 says, your coffee purchase to support a struggling creator put solar panels on the shed in his $30,000 RC car track. Yeah, something like that, buddy. You know, for a tax write-off, nonetheless, because those fucking things were, if you bought them, you got like a tax credit. Thank you. Sneedo for 1 says, you keep making me want to buy a full auto Mac 10 with all the return of the Mac 10 talk. I also want to do that. Sneedo for 1 says, imagine if Frogan and Changtown meet each other wearing hijabs and reach out to touch each other. The universe will explode. Bro, there's like 10 million of these fucking fat white bitches in hijabs. Pete Wienerstein for 5 says, it makes sense that Frogan's husband is gay. Frogan barely resembles a woman. She is more akin to a genderless blob of lard than anything feminine. It works out for them because Frogan is really fat and ugly, so she can cover up and have a reason for it. And the gay guy can pretend to his family that he's not gay. That's what the arrangement is, in case you're wondering. The Bugs for 1 says, Josh, I think you'll be very surprised when you look up countries that have a Second Amendment. Shut up. The Bugs for 2 says, the Photoshop groups are notorious for having weird requests. And there's a cat box file. This better be fucking good. Can anyone make my friends gay? LOL. That's stupid. That's like deliberately stupid. Zebedee for 5 says, forgot to send a super chat yesterday and almost forgot today. Hope you have a happy new year. May your hate and spite fuel you throughout 2026. It will. It will always propel me forward. Emma forward, okay? Thank you. Octavia sales rep for $100 says, double streams mean double super berries. Happy New Year. Wow, who would have thought? Who would have thought people would actually pay me more if I streamed more? But alas. Thank you. Happy New Year. Haramburger produces, instead of caring about awesome games done quick 2026, I'm here watching Josh speedrun 3 weeks of content, any percent shrooms. Are you winning, son? I sure as fuck am. I'm on a WR right now, bro. A PBWR. Citrus Act, for one, says, the Izat summary should be on the site as an explanation of that Jeet's motives SAR. I'm trying not to make it too racial because I need some boomer. Like, boomers are fucking dumb, man. And they are very offended when you say, like, no, Vivek's a scammer. Because, like, why? Because he's Indian? Are you, like, a racist or something? The Bugs for one says, is that why also hate Bosnians, Josh? Because they're fully muddled with Muslims. Yes. Indomitable for one says, Dot, he wears Pujita clothes. He prefers having Pujita roommates. He rents his rooms out too. That's because he probably wants to rape them. And they nobody believes. I shouldn't say that. That's really mean. Julie Tester for 2 says, Merry New Year and Happy Belated Christmas, SAR. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And with that, Super Berries is wrapped up. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. I have to go fix my dead gay site. So here is the outro song by MC Jarbo. The Gunt, I Need a Hoe. Put it on the screen there. There we go. Bam. Bye-bye.
Hey, yo, this next one is my truck song. Dedicated to all the fucks I've had in my truck. The last chick I dated had the truck for 1 day and had the fucker pimped up. Yeah, had it spray painted. Got it bouncing up and down 6 feet off the pavement. Took the shit to her man who dropped the pan and drained it. Now, about the issue of payment, let's come up with some way that we can both win with no money traded. Just throw in some burritos and we don't need to be making little calls to get your cousins back home rated. So where's Maiden? Fuck knows when I got hoes at the utmost, straight up parading. Me around town hanging on to every statement. I'm a pimp, bitch. Let me fill up. Oh, 2 boats of Supreme, skin rash covered in flash burns on a mad dash. The cups of iodine. Damn, I'm breaking out, suffering from making out. The bitches who eat nothing but refried rice and beans. God damn, you look nice in jeans. But if you don't want to get bigger, stick to the iced teas. Cause it's a tight squeeze and a whip and it might be PTSD from all them ice creams. One for the shack, one for the road. White trash, blow out the back and then I'm gone. Look at the love, man, I don't need white troubles. I need one thing and one thing alone. I need a hoe. One for the shack, one for the road. White trash, blow out the back and then I'm gone. Look at the love, man, I don't need white troubles. I need one thing and one thing alone. I need a hoe. This one time I had a horse-looking slut. Went to Vegas a day later, put down $20. Got married on the spot. Got Elvis spinning, giving it everything he's got. Shaking so hard that Lisa Marie's heart fucking stopped. You're thinking that's as scary as it got. I started having dreams of burying a mare in a box. Paying off the mob, get a mare in the cops. And for everyone else, preparing the docks. They say shack living is whack living. Not true, there's black women who treat the shit like it's a sacrament. You and I know it's cause of my business acumen. We have a tin roof with 2 rooms to smack you in. Bitch, cook me a pot roast. Fine hot sauce and coyote and cockroach. Bought chickens and pigs, but isn't it a bitch? I got 6 acres to dig, not even pot throws. A 1,000-mile trip to Costco's, 1,000-mile stare on his bus hoe. Sitting in the back, yeah, spreading for the cameras to upload. This white trash Mexican bang bus we just rode. Didn't think I'd be able to get this thing in your anal cavity. Watch your shit poke at your navel till this black swollen up like an 8-ball. You gon' need staples, you been taking a fist like a pro, like a mean Jake Paul. Wait, now that you're up close and I got a good look at that pug nose and them puckered lips. Girl, what the fuck are those nuts on to your butt? Oh wait, is Pablo a man's name? Bro, I did not know. You can never tell anyone look at Paso. Yeah, let's keep the shit between us and these dust roads. And I guess we gotta trust those 2 guys we've been with the whole time we've been having this truck towed. So it's one for the shack, one for the road. White trash, blow out the back and then I'm gone. Now, look at the love, man, I don't need white troubles. I need one thing and one thing alone. I need a hoe. One for the shack, one for the road. White trash, blow out the back and then I'm gone. Now, look at the love, man, I don't need white troubles. I need one thing and one thing alone. I need a hoe. That's what I need. No need a bitch to fold my socks. Suck my dick. Bitch, I ain't never cleaning these seats. Let me get a whiff of that filthy, stanky, filthy, stanky, squelchy. Mama will be proud.